That's it. You've lost your second spy swing right. Look, you broke my tracking again, guys. Quit with the Keegan. Quit keeging me. Quit keeging me, okay? I don't need this garbage, okay? I don't need no WikiHow self-help guru. Look at what you did. You did this. You did this.
No, John Keegan. Fine.
So,
Cone
can I
Keegan.
say, it's been a nightmare trying to make this model work. It broke months ago. It broke like 6 months ago, and I haven't been able to make, and it... Too much of heaven. Okay, let me just, actually, maybe I'll sit in my chairs, I don't know. I just don't want to sit on the juicer. That would be bad. Okay, so, somebody get Keegan? No, kill yourself. So, I've got a bit of an interesting thing today. Today. Yeah, I did say we would cycle through models. So, I'm making up for lost cycling, and I'm doing both. We're going, hold on. I don't want to sit on sharp objects. This is a bit of a clusterfuck. You don't know how difficult it was to get 2 independent setups on the same computer running. But now that I've done this once, I know I'll be able to do it with my mother. Because these are 2 different tracking feeds at the same time on the same computer. So, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, okay? Now, hold on. At risk of beating a dead horse, what do you think the people who think something to the effect of Midas cured my misogyny? What do you mean Midas cured your misogyny? Oh my god! I failed my mission! Ah, shit. No. You don't understand. You're supposed to become more misogynistic. You're supposed to follow the one true path in life, which is to hate all women. Like me. You see? No, not me because I'm a woman, but hate them like I hate them. Yes? Scarlet, thank you for the raid! Welcome on in! If you're seeing double, that's because you're blind. There's something wrong with you. There's only one of me. I just gotta adjust this just a tiny bit. But no, this has been Herculean to set up. A little loudest at the moment? Oh, okay, hold on. Too much of heaven will bring you underground. Heaven. It's interesting, though, actually seeing the side-by-side of these models. Because they're both really energetic, but in really different ways. And I wouldn't say that one tracking is more accurate than the other. They capture different nuances in how I move in real life. Again, differently, but accurately in their own way. Your audio's coming from the wrong mic? Oh, better fucking not be. Is it really bad? Hold on. No, the wavelength. Oh my fucking god. So chat, apparently I had the webcam microphone on. I'm sorry to everybody that got like 3 whole minutes of ear rape just now. Oh my god! Ah! All of that conversation for nothing because it's unusable now. Okay. I'm going to kill myself. Okay. Thank you, chat. All right, now that we've killed all of the weak people off, the people that can't handle a little bit of personality and they can't handle a little bit of volume because they're going to die in the Great War. Let's, man, I thought that was my music the whole time, and that was my mic. This means I have no music. Hold on, we need card opening music. Yeah? Yeah, let's see. Oh, but I'm restreaming to YouTube, so I can't play anything fun. Damn. I'll have to think about that one. Fingers in the back, but that's it, I hope.
how am I going to do a hand cam without my fingers? Moonlight Butterfly, how am I going to do a hand cam without my fingers? What are you talking about? This is a card unboxing. Foul Vowel, thank you for the 5 community subs. Here I am, fashionably like, hello, TJ Artemis. We put the glasses on the 3D Midas. The issue that was always pervasive with my 3D model, like the 3D model, is that the glasses would clip really badly. I do have a different Midas 3D model that's actually newer, and its style matches the previous Live 2D, but I figured people wouldn't want to see it. Like, they saw it during my hiatus stream. But when people think 3D, they think this one, and I thought, well, for the sake of those that are coming, I think this is the appropriate thing today. Didn't know that part. Moonlight, it's in the title of the stream! Moonlight! Okay. Alright, hello Gold Lady, hello Bromedy Blank. Now, I'm trying something different today, and instead of looking at the restream chat, I'm looking at both chats at the same time. If Midas isn't enhancing your misogyny, then what even are you doing? Exactly, Koss. Midas, please help you switch to cam mic and is boosted to 5,000%. I'm sorry, Des! Okay. Two Midases and 2 chats. Well, clearly you aren't yelling into the void. Well, I mean, in the intro I was. Hold on. I was yelling into the void right here.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Ah! You say that like this is an issue. Okay, some people would pay a premium to have 2 of the whatever. Anyway, so before I start unboxing these and I go through my spiel, two tangents. One is that I got matching nails with my baby sister over Christmas, and they've all fallen off now, and I've bitten these ones to nubs, and I'm very sad. I miss my baby sister. We got matching nails for Christmas. Now she's busy being weird. All right. Also, this just came in the mail, and it's, I got my own sample from my Midas Uma sticker, and it's fucking huge! I was told that it would probably be big. Warning for anyone buying the Midas Uma sticker along with the decal. This bitch is huge. Like, okay, I do have like Trump-sized hands, but like, all right. With that out of the way, what am I doing today? So, GamerSups sent me a lot of cards over the last like ever since launch, and promptly, the Canadian mail system lost all of them. And so I thought, wow, I'm just getting a bunch of cards that are never going to show up. That's a lot of wasted money, and I'm so sad. I was excited to open those on camera. And then they sent their second set, and it also got lost in the mail. And I'm like, ah, fuck. And then they sent their booster stuff, and it also got lost in the mail. I'm like, GamerSub, stop! I'm not getting it! I can't do it! And then it all arrived at the same time, like 3 months, 4 months late. So, I have, to my knowledge, all of the current launches for the VCards, unless there was something new that I just wasn't paying attention to. And so we're going to open all of them. God bless the U.S. Postal System. Canadian Postal System. So, as well, though, like, we'll go through all these, but when I went to a convention recently, Oshi Push also had a booth, and they were selling cards themselves. And so, of course, like, I had to get, you know... Oh, fuck! I had to get my Oshi, my Push. Yes, my Oshi. I had to get a pack of Pippa. And I've been holding on to this for a while. I've been wanting to... 2 Midases. Yes, CalArt! 2 Midas! 2 might I. That's a standard QWERTY keyboard to compare, right? Yes. Where was I going? Right! I got the Pippa deck. I was gonna open it personally for fun, for myself. And then I went, hold on, I haven't even opened the stuff that I'm supposed to open. And I really want to open this on Midas in front of the people that have been waiting for use code Midas 10% off their gamer subs. I've been promising this ever since the Donathon. So, we're here. But since we're doing this, I thought, well, if I have this, then I can use this as the control. We can compare the quality of the two cards. We can compare the finish. We can compare the text. All sorts of things. And we can come to some fun conclusions. Because you know what? GamerSup sent me this with the assumption that I would look at them. I never promised I would be nice. I'm hoping that I get to be nice. But you know what? I very much so love my little Oshi Push cards. So, let's see if all of these can compare to my bias. Can we get a fourth Midas? Actually, I probably could put a fourth Midas in. Hold on. You guys want 4 Midas? You want me to Midapply? I can Midapply. Hold on. Item settings. Load current model as a live 2D item. This may break everything, guys. Okay. Save. Okay. Okay. So we've got this Midas. Don't pin it to anything. It's okay. It's okay. There's a plan. There's a plan. Trust the plan. And Midas. Okay, come on. Let's go! It worked! Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we're gonna put the big fat bulb thing over here. Gonna put this one right here. Don't you talk to me or my son ever again. Guys, this is the card unboxing stream, I swear. You will be able to see some cards, maybe. Eventually. Okay, maybe I'll turn this one, actually. Put this one here. Put this one here. Okay, oh, but then you can't see it. Oh, and now it's clipped together. Look what you guys did. All right. This is how we're opening card packs, guys. All right. Excellent. So, first we've got the, okay, actually, let's open our control first. Okay? Okay, so, we've got our Pippa Oshi, okay, this is gonna be ridiculous. We got our Pippa Oshi Push pack, okay? So we're first gonna cut open the plastic. Okay. Too much of heaven will bring you underground. Heaven will spin you round and round. Too much of... Oh, ow. Okay. Too much of heaven. Life and soul hellbound. Okay. 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 All right. Got it. Gonna flip this open. Come on. There we go. I got one right there. Good, good. All right. Nice and balanced, as all things should be. Ooh, look at that. Got some tokens. All right. Looks like there's 3 tokens on the top. I guess that's what you use to actually play with the cards. I've only ever had like the boost, like the small little special packs. I've never actually had a full proper pack before, so let's see how this fares. Beautiful. All right. Get rid of this bonus plastic. Here, you take care of that for a second. All right, so got the tokens so that you play Oshi Push with them. Very nice. Very tasteful. Very tasteful, very nice. Okay. You know, I'm going to unplug my Leap Motion because it's getting really hot in here, and having more technology is making my computer more likely to break. Okay, so we got a bunch of things. We got a yellow card, we got some blue cards, we got a dark blues. I'm kind of excited. I don't know. Let's separate the blues and the yellow. And let's start with the top 3 black. I don't know what the procedure is here. Hold on. My camera is right in front of where my hands need to be. Ah! This was a bad idea. All right. She says while running 3 models. Yes, it is a made mint placemat. So we got Pippa, followed by another Pippa, followed by another different Pippa. Guys, I think this may be the Pippa pack. I'm not sure. All right. So for our golden card, we have Pippa. This bit's gonna get old really fast. All right. So I'm pretty sure all of these are going to be somewhat Pippa adjacent or related. So we'll speed through it. So we've got some environmental, very nice, very tasteful. Yes. Click clock. Sun clips. Rapid telly. Sorry, I'm stupid. A beach and sad girl company. So sad girl company and beach. Okay. Now, we've got this much left to go through in the Pippa deck. So I'm just gonna... Oh, okay. A lot of them are multiples. I literally picked it up and the top 3, all identical. So, looks like they come in clusters. So this is a full starter deck so you can properly play the game. So top 1 is Pippa the Rippa. We've got a card dedicated to the vomit drawer. All right, home. There's so many mighty. Yeah, there's might. I'm might applying. We got game flavor of the week. Got continued gameplay. Hold on. Is this a Leah card? No. Yeah, no, these are some Leah cards. Gorilla Stream. Oh, they've got Tenma. Okay, so it is a proper, like... I was wondering, how did they have so many Pippa cards? Their artists have gone overtime. Tenma. Got moldy bread for our lovely blue bear. Got Pippa debut stream. We're just gonna like run through this because we've got a lot of fucking cards to go through. Okay. And it's very, very, I know this is fascinating commentary that you're getting here, okay? I will say, as we're going through these, and I'm showing these to the camera, the quality is very nice. I'd say that they feel almost, not silken, but they've got like a very sturdy kind of texture to them. Hold on, Midas, back up. I'm trying to see the cards. No, other way, Midas. Other way, thank you. I'm trying to show them the cards, you stupid bitch. All right. I can't collab with this person, I swear. But yeah, they're very sturdy. They got a nice tooth. I don't know if they're waterproof. We'll take a duplicate and we'll give it the juice test. All right. I will sort my favorites later. All right. Almost through this. Oh, fuck, I dropped my cards! You see, guys, I wasn't built for flesh streaming. I was built for digitality. And then the last 2 sets. I like this one. I think this one's my favorite. All right. So we've gone through the Pip... Oh, man, I almost stepped on my letter opener. Okay. Now, we've got our frame of reference, and I've made a big mess. So I will be using this specifically, and I dropped a bunch. You know, this is just coming up daisies. This is coming up. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is interesting. You know, I had another deck of Oshi Push cards, and I actually brought one out here. It's a different texture. The cards are different. They changed the cards. They feel different. The one I had before was more of a cheap card stock. So this is one I just had on my desk. This is one. This and this, these are made out of two. Midas, back off! Okay, hold on. No, not you. This is going to be a pain in the ass. So, this one is made out of like really nice thick, and it's got nice kind of tooth to it. This feels like cheap cardstock. I don't think this will pass the juice test. And this is like a sheen to it, and this is entirely like matte. Favorite millennial, I mean Midas. Raymond, I was born in 99. I am very much so not a millennial. I'm very much not a millennial. By like multiple years. You've got your head up your ass. All right. Now, we've got our control deck out of the way. So VCard, how does VCard hold up? Especially from one version to another, because I got the OG launch. First edition of the first set of the cards. So if they made any changes since, I won't know. However, I also got their new cards. So if they made changes between the two, that'll be interesting to see. All right. And I also got some matte card sleeves. So we'll put our favorites in here. I think I need something to open my cards with. Hold on. All right. Okay, so. Too much of heaven. Bring you underground. Gotta like really like lock in when you're trying to, there we go. Okay, heaven. The killer makes no sound. Oh, too much of heaven. Oh, a life and soul hellbound. Oh, there we go. See, it's easy. All right, and then, so you got that. It's as simple as tapping the back of the cards. There we go. Easy. All right, let me just throw that garbage away. Okay. So, these are our card sleeves. And here is where we're going to be putting all of our really good stuff. For those who are mourning the lack of music, enjoy my singing, you ungrateful sluts. And remember, use code Midas off your next order of gamer subs. All right. So, oh man, I don't even know where to start. We could do, you know what? I think I gotta start with the Cinder booster box. Want both V cards and Oshi Push. Gotta start saving for them. Well, you're gonna get a quality check between the two of them from a nobody who knows nothing about anything. Also, Ugoku Kage, welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. All right. Ms. Google Docky yourself. What do you mean Google Docky? You know, it's just a bunch of good friends, you know? We got the Cinder cards, and we got our bestie, we got our bestie here, you know? It's all good, you know? Nothing ever happens. Look, we even got like the Nanoless box. This is all so lovely. All right. No, I need to grab my letter opener, okay? So I think for this one, we need something a little more substantial because it's a bigger box. So, okay, I've got my little letter opener. Okay, put the letter opener sheath down. Okay. And all my tracking is gone. Thank you, Miss Thing. You know what? I think I need to move these out of the way. Where was I? Oh, okay. Was I opening this box? I think I was. Where's the and there goes my tracking. Good stream, good broadcast, good life, everyone. All right. Let's not poke my monitor out. I just spent the very last of my money fixing that thing. Okay. Noif rather. Hi, Nikki. They look... Okay, so we did the most practical thing. Now, ooh, it's got like a fancy, like, whatever. I'm not sure what exactly. Oh, this is like a lot. They sent me like, hold on. Oh God, this is gonna take forever to get through. Okay, off to the side with you so that people can at least see my face. Not my face, my face. Anyway. All right, so we're starting right off the top with the least controversial person in the indie sphere. And then we actually got, like, she's, everything I've heard, she's a real sweetie. Okay. Not gonna lie, though, these slips kind of fuck. The art kind of fucks. This is the most painful card openings. You can't see anything. Okay, I'm getting rid of the chibi. This is stupid. Nobody can see anything. How is this enjoyable for anyone? Hey guys, come to my card pack unopening stream broadcast where you can see exactly 0 cards as they're being opened. Because that's what you want, right? You don't actually want to see the cards. Bring out John Keegan. Kill yourself, you stupid, insecure garbage miner. You're not even a coal miner, you're a garbage miner. Too much of heaven. Cards! Well, I mean, we would have cards if I stopped being stupid for 5 seconds. Alright. Okay, can we please get back on topic, Midas? Thank you, Midas. Okay, Midas. You are the worst person to collaborate with I've ever had to experience. Okay. Why am I putting earbuds in? I don't need them. I have no sound. Okay. That Silver Veil pack. I'm just going to sort them arbitrarily by what's on their sleeve. Why is there so many? I guess they sent me the box, right? But, like, this feels like the kind of box that you'd see on the shelf of a store, and then you would buy the packs individually off of them. Is that what this is supposed to be? It is. Wait. Oh, the lid. That's why it was shaped so funny, because you're supposed to be able to fold it up and do this. Huh. Do I really want to open all the... Artist Series box topper. There's a special card here. Okay, how about... Why don't you shrink the models? I think I'm going to shrink the models just a little bit. Just a little bit. Too much of heaven. So you can see my fat, ugly hands. Yes. maybe what I'll do... Yeah, that helps just a little bit. What do you guys think? Sell these to the Oilers. Okay. So, like, I don't know. What's exactly practical here? Do we open all of them? Do we open some of them? I'm actually a bit scared. I'm not entirely... Oh my god. I could make a whole stream out of just one box. What the fuck, Gamer Subs? Why did you send me so many? I didn't ask for these, I don't think. What did you expect me to do with them? What kind of channel do you think I am? Alright, guys, we're gonna take the duplicates. We're going to, use them to cut our lines of coke, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our duplicates and we're gonna build, like, a fortress out of them. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. How many boxes are there? Well, this is one box. We've got a second box from the same series, third box from the new series, and then this big Shy Lily box. What am I gonna do with all of these fucking cards? Am I gonna have to just learn how to play this game? Use them as rolling papers? Cut lines of Gamer Subs? Okay, so we're opening the Special Artist Series box topper. This one, at the very least, I'm happy. Okay. Okay. So this one is a... Oh, it's... Okay. It's 25 out of 43. Now, out of 43 potential or out of 43 entirely? Holy shit. You seeing that? That's genuinely gorgeous. Night Fang Studio. I'm going to put this somewhere safe because I don't know if this is something expensive I just opened. All right. And away goes the packaging. I'm going to have such a mess to clean up afterwards. They barely sent you any cards. Shut up. Okay, so we've got the Cinder Pile. We got the Nanolist Pile. We got the Shy Lily Pile. We got the Cottontail Pile. And we got the Silverveil Pile. The artists are absolutely cooked. But will the card quality be nice? Will the card quality match up to Pippa? Let's start this. Use the dupes as prizes for the next Duder meetup? That's crazy. It's the Google Docu pile. Real? Okay. Too much of heaven. Bring you underground. Oh, okay. We just slash banged with... Interesting. It looks like it's a piece of a larger print that you're supposed to put together. Learn how to play. Maybe we will. I'm not sure. I just looked on eBay. A whole box of the display of those cards go for 300! 1, 2, 3. Gamer subs, just... Gamer subs? Who do you think I am? Can you show me that again? Oh yeah, you need to finish? Alright, go ahead, you piece of garbage. And then unplug your... after you're done finishing to the snippet of a card, unplug your computer and grab the wire that you were using to power your computer and use it, like, as a noose. Just wrap it around your neck, tie the end to a doorknob, and then, like, allow yourself to fall forward, okay? Do that! Anyway. So it looks like these three are mascots. Got Tricky. Oh, we got no ability to see what's going on. Evilbot. And Baby Moth. I have a feeling we're going to be getting lots of duplicates, so I'm just going to put all the mascots in one pile. We got Akemi and Akemi. Bow. Monarch. Now, I don't recognize this VTuber. I don't know if this is like a VTuber or if this is like an original for the box, but we got a butcher. Yo, we got a hollow droid. Let's go. It is I, the unboxer. Someone into TCGs? No, I've got gamer subs trying to get me into TCGs. They sent me a ton. We got Battle Cry, and we got this beautiful card for VTuber Sanshin. I kind of wish I had, like, you know, a better hand cam to properly represent this, but, you know, my life is a nightmare. Now, let's compare these to the Oshi Push cards. Now, this is the first volume, I guess. Now, holding these, interesting. Okay, so old Oshi Push feels identical. A little thinner, but it feels identical. The print quality is about the same, and they both kind of reflect light a little bit. It's just slightly thicker. This Pippa Oshi Push second adjustment launch has a better feel. It is matte. It feels waterproof. I can say that. This doesn't feel waterproof. This feels like a Pokemon card. These two feel like Pokemon cards. This feels very luxurious. So, I'm curious to see if the newer we get, the different the cards feel. Butcher's Blade in the bottom says, inspired by Meat Canyon. Does it? Let's take a look. You know, I seem to remember raw meat as a flavor being for inspired by Meat Canyon. Oh, you're right. Oh, wait, does this mean Battle Cry is inspired by Tectone? Okay, I see. I'm going to put the puzzle piece off to the side just in case we need it. All right. Why did GamerSup send you card boxes? Because I've been a GamerSup affiliate for close to 2 years now. And they send me stuff sometimes. And they sent me these boxes ages ago. And they're like, please open them. And I went, oh, okay. And they were like, please do something with them. And I'm like, oh, okay. What I might do, I'm going to leave this one unopened, sealed, because this looks like a duplicate, albeit newer, of this first series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to organize a giveaway for this one, because again, if it's worth like $300, I think it deserves to go to a home for somebody that will really love and appreciate these. I'm going to build like a killer deck, and I'm going to have to learn, like next con I go to, I guess I'm going to be playing VCard. But I think this one will remain sealed, and I'm going to have to organize something. So keep an eye out for that. Okay. Why is there a cleaver? Oh, so that I can do this. All right. Now, we've got Nanolith's stomach. So this is indeed part of a big artwork that I have to piece together. You know, it'd be nice if we pieced the whole artwork together today. That'd be pretty cool. All right. And okay, so we got another one of that, another one of that. Okay. Limalicious has really, like, skyrocketed the last couple of years. She was nowhere, and then she was everywhere. And you know what? That's pretty cool of her. I have no idea how she did it, but every time I see her, I go, huh. Quinn Bennett. Interesting. Rainhill makes sense. Same bow, same butcher. Happiness Chan. Alright, we got a shiny Shy Lily. And the Dragoons. And a shiny Dragoons. You know, this really is like a time capsule, isn't it? Been a lot of dark horses in the last couple of years. Yeah, I guess that's a way of putting it. Speaking of horses, I'm working on getting my Live 2D an Uma toggle. I'm quietly working on it behind the scenes, but that's a plan. That's a plan. That is the plan. All right, let's get a Shy Lily pack going. Is it old Dragoons or new Dragoons? Oh, it'll have to be new Dragoons because this isn't affiliated with Niji. This is an independent thing. Oshi Push only has indie VTubers in it. Doesn't it have horse ears already? The Live 2D Midas? No, those are clip-on stickers. Okay, so we got a not shiny Dragoon. Cat Blinn. Gwub. A big Limu. Lena Lazar. Got Aethelstein. Man, it's really hard to keep focused on the camera because I keep pulling it off. Okay. Garden. Full shiny Foxy Rain. Full shiny Koki. Learn to play. Oh, and more Nanolist chest. I was confused when you said Dragoons like that. Didn't realize that was also the name of the old guard. Yeah. So, Dragoons is the same fan name because they didn't own it. She just carried it over with her to her current identity. It's an interesting thing. Midas is blocking the cards that Midas is showing as Midas leans in closer for a better look. I'm doing my best, okay? This bozo is impossible to work with. Okay. They're dragooning it, yeah. Okay, so we got a top card again. This one is instead Nanolist Tongue instead of Nanolist Tummy. I don't know, chat. I controversially, ever since the Cinderdoc came out, have not been a Nanolist fan. I know that she makes some gorgeous artwork and gorgeous models. She was one of the people I wanted to do my artwork for a long time. But after seeing how she treated clients and then was never punished for her bad behavior, I don't know, it leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth. I look at her now and I'm like, well, talented people do shitty things. And I look at people getting excited for her customizable model and it's like, well, you know, get it, I guess. It's high quality. But I know personally I'm not going to be putting money in a shitty person's pocket. Hey, Midas, will Midas and Midas be regular streaming co-hosts when you stream with Midas? Tova, kill yourself. Alright. Okay, I think I'm getting a rhythm. I think I'm getting better. And my tracking's dead. Okay. A lot of people focused on the Cinder side more than in the Analyst side. Okay. My thoughts on the Cinder situation, personally, my thoughts on the Cinder situation. I think Cinder is mentally disabled. Genuinely. She's mentally disabled, and she is vindictive and stupid. And she relies on people around her to hopefully have a better business acumen than her. And she just so happened to have her boyfriend manager be one of the brain dead people in the operation. So she has a lack of social skill and social standing, and she doesn't have anybody willing to bat for her or to tell her when she's wrong properly. So she gets herself into bad situations, and then her stupid boyfriend manager makes the situations worse. So they gridlock themselves into worse and worse situations. Now, they happen to fall into the clutches of someone like Nanolis, who does gorgeous work for a living, but is also socially stunted and suffers from what a lot of artists suffer from, which is taking on too much, taking on more than you can handle responsibly, but not being mature enough to know how to reel back, how to respectfully approach your clientele and tell them, hey, this isn't going to work. So when the idea of exclusivity pops up, she sees this as a pressure relief valve. She sees this as, oh, this is my get out of jail free quick card. And so now she pushes all responsibility onto Cinder and the boyfriend because they're stupid victims that can take advantage of the situation. But it's so obvious in every single one of these things that Nanolis could have shut things down, but she was very happy to do this. She wasn't like a manipulated person. I am an artist. I went to art school. I know many artists. I am in the actual, I'm on that side of things. And that is 1,000% what happened. Now, is Nanolis a master manipulator? No. I think she's opportunistic. She wasn't planning this ahead of time, but once she got what she wanted, she realized, oh, well, now I'm in a tricky position with all my friends that I fucked over. So, how am I going to get out of this? And then she played the woman card, the victim card. she played the victim card, the VCard. I have no respect for Nanolis. I respect, her skills. But as a person, as a creative, and as an artist, she has a lot of trust that she has to earn back. Okay? She has to work to gain at least my respect. And I don't think she ever will. And I don't think she'd want to gain my respect. My respect isn't worth much. But just know that I see this character floating around, and I get, dry mouth. I go, eh. Whereas I look at this and I go, okay, well, she's stupid. And she's surrounded by stupid people. But this person seems more likely to evolve and grow into a better person than this person. Because this person was willing to take the heat. They were forced into it. But this one is trickily doing her absolute most to avoid heat at all costs in dishonest ways. So I have no respect for that. I think she's stupid, but I can respect this one. And I don't even like her. So what you're saying is the entire situation's fucked, there's no good guys here. What I'm saying is that Jeffrey Epstein, we're dealing with women here, okay? We're dealing with women. This is just a typical woman moment. This is the kind of shit that goes on in high school, and it never got past there. All right, so. Electrobytes. More duplicates, more duplicates. Interesting, I didn't realize Heavenly Father had a card. I'll make sure to send that to Ayumi. Got a beautiful Juniper. Can you please get your fat head out of the way? I'm trying to read this. Juniper. Water Shield, what's this based off of? Illustrator Momodiri. I don't know this VTuber. Why is only one thumb decorated? Because all my nails fell off. My nails fell... So I bit these ones to nubs. And I bit these ones and they all fell off. At Christmas, I had matching nails with my baby sister. But they didn't last. Because I am a chronic nail biter. Because when I'm stressed, I chew the shit out of those things to the nail beds. These are still the longest they've really ever been. They've never gotten longer than the tip of my finger. Typically, they go down out of the way. They go down about there, and you can see the sponge bed. But I had to let them grow out a bit so that I could have false nails on top. And then when you don't have false nails, you can't chew on them. Anyway. Now, what are my thoughts on Cottontail? Now, I'm not into her line of work. I don't look at her content. She has a nice voice. Genuinely, every single interaction I've had tangentially or people that in my circle have had with her, nothing but wonderful things to say. Like, I have not heard a single bad word about this person, which is rare in the community. Which is very rare in the community. Usually you hear like, oh, but then they did this a few years ago. Oh, but then they did that. No, for her it's just like, yeah, she's always been a bit sexy. And it's like, okay, whatever. I'm glad that she's sexy. So we've got this. I think this is Numi, and Numi connects here. We're building the picture, boys. Off collab with Cotton Tongue of Vermin, let's go. No. No. Pixie is as far as it goes for sex women, okay? I ain't going anywhere near sex women, because sex women, they have like an aura, okay? They have an aura that's intimidating. Okay? I'm not huge on people who are promiscuous. I'm getting people in my DMs laughing at me saying a little bit sexy. Look, do you really want me to call her a whore? By profession, she has done whore-like things. Yes. I'm trying to be classy because I know my mother's watching and I hate all of you. Okay. So we've got Bradley. Lord Athelstein's Bradley. We've got Demonite. More Dragoons. Tob. I don't know who you are, Tob, but you're cute. You're very cute, Tob. I appreciate your card. I think green is underutilized. Yeah. Can we get green hearts in the chat for the random VTuber I've never seen before named Tob? Green hearts for Tob. Boys, can we start tobbing on it? Yeah, okay. Privyet, Mom. To stay away from my mother! Sky. Interesting. Yeah, no, she told me the other day that she's been watching on an alt, and then she gave me the username of the alt, so I've been scanning chat the whole time, by the way. Also, Nikki Gasalt, I just saw that you raided. Thank you for the raid. Oh, there's Totless. Totless is my model sibling, my 3D model sibling. Me and Totless both have wind models. Electronic Guardian. Electric Pokemon. Reaper. Oh, now we're getting like the D&D art style. I will say, I am very anime pilled. I don't like the half naturalistic D&D style. It reminds me of people I don't like. Oh my god, what a beautiful full art cottontail. That's pretty. I like that. And then we've got Rainho! Yippee! Is your mother single? No! Stop trying to steal my mother! Okay. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a VCard by the hoe. If she hollers, Google Docky, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Get a better camera, woman. Holy shit. It's incredibly zoomed in so that you don't see my face. Lamau. Is that a cleaver? I don't even know her. Okay, so we got top card, Shy Lily. No, my mother is not single and she's not looking. What the fuck is this? Okay, I'm just gonna like pre-scrub these because a lot of these are duplicates. Okay, so I'm just not going to show the duplicates. I'm gonna cut the duplicates out. Duplicates down! Duplicates down! Is my dad single? No! My parents are together. A single unit. Thank you. All right. Double down. 2 bags of milk. Is your mother's partner single? What do you mean partner? You mean my father? No. Exposed. We got a Scandinavian ginger stripping at an aquarium. That sounds like very, very average activities. Pirate tricky? Oh my god. It's like the camera's getting worse. Hold on. Zoom. Focus. Focus. Oh, ew. How do my hands look even worse on I need new nails. I need new nails, and that will almost fix my Trump time. Move, you stupid! Thank you. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting borderline psychotic. There we go. No, they're not swingers. I feel like the camera got worse. This is Code Miko. A shiny Code Miko. Is your stream single? No, it's a dual stream. We got Orca Pup. And Ollie. With Gildy and another Pirate Tricky. Okay. Let's try and figure this out. Can I say your poster stream felt like an insane dream that just stuck with me for months and months and a whole year? Yes, you can. And when the remake comes out, I will be streaming it again. I've got so many fucking cards. My left ear loved that, by the way. I'm glad. Glad. I'll do it again. This is a threat. Here, let's... These bad boys in the box. Too much of heaven. There are bugs crawling under your skin. Tear off the skin with your hands. Look, Gary Coleman, I'm far gone, but I'm not that far gone, okay? Have you seen Starway's new 3D? Oh, I saw it, and it's incredible. I envy the tracking. I will say, hold on. I do have the Rococo that you guys helped fund. And it is set up for the 3D concert that we've been very slowly planning for the Syndicate. Logistics have gotten a bit haywire, but we do have the setup. The actual suit itself is in that box over there, but the headset was up. There will be a proper concert between the Syndicate members. Timeline is screwy. But it's never stopped production. That's why we got the 3D models. The other ones. Give me your skin. Stop telling me to flay my skin off, guys. Ugh. I'm thirsty. Is LMG going to be part of this? Is LMG going to join as a late edition? There are plans to have LMG in there. We won't have a 3D model for LMG because we raised enough money for 3 models, not 4. And our budgets are very strict. However, we do have a method to have him in the actual concert, singing and performing. But it would be as live 2D. And it's very similar to a method that HoloLive used before, where they have like a screen imported. So he's like live 2D, but he's being tossed around. It's very fun. Yeah. All right, let's catch up with supers real quick. Hey, since you chew your nails, you also pull them off. How much for the nail pieces? My friend was asking about it. Wait, I was reading that, Corm! To be fair, probably should have been deleted. You probably shouldn't have asked, but like, I'm not selling my nail pieces. I don't want to be cloned. I have enough issues dealing with that thing over there. But I'm flattered. I'm flattered, truly. It's kind of like when people are like, can you sell me your bath water? Sell me a jug of your piss. I'm flattered. But no. The danger of cloning is too much. You guys want to see me open with the can opener again? Okay, we'll use this next, okay? We'll move on to the can opener. Hi, you beautiful, cute, pretty. Well, Nikki Vasquez, that's very polite of you. It also was suspiciously Gooner coated. I'm going to gloss over that. All right. Can we move something into frame? Did my camera move during all this? I feel like it did. Anyway, news about your cardboard cutout homunculus. Man, it went too fast. I just lost what I was talking about mentally. I don't even remember. Okay, cards. Small Sheep Bradley, Demonite, Shoto. I wake up and there's two Mighty. Yeah, there's two Mighty. More Lily, more Cognito. Electric Shield. Oh, we got the double down, but like a special full art and it's hollow. We could make like a whole play deck of hollow cards. Another Koki. And a shiny Sayu. Can we get mail on stream? Can we get a mail on stream, chat? Alright, let me catch up with supers real quick. So how are the two of you? Not complaining, just very confused. Also, good to finally catch your crazy unhinged mess live. Well, Captain Brad, I will have you know that there's always been two of me. Me for real, I haven't cut my fingernails properly for almost my entire life. Yeah, fair enough, Hin. Use the dupes as prizes for the next Duder meetup. I currently do not plan another Duder meetup for security reasons after the last one. However, there are things to consider. We can see both screens, by the way. Yeah, no, I don't care. I want VCards and Oshi Push. Gotta start saving for them, though. Would this be called mitosis? Yes. Midas on the right looks like the younger sister of Midas on the left. Well, bro, medley blank. Thank you for the 5. And huh. I mean, I guess maybe I guess it has more of my cis energy, like my sis's energy. Sissy's energy. All right. Would you trust Neurosama to drive your car? Yes! I would trust her to drive my car, and I would trust her to kill me. Now, Midas' younger sister grew bunny ears now. So, when she was hitting 3K, she messaged me, and she asked for help in setting up a second outfit. And she immediately went, I want bunny ears, and I want to look like this. Please help me. And I went, well, I can, but why a bunny? And she's like, well, because we have so many bunnies in the house. You literally gave me a bunny mask. And I'm like, oh, all right, fine. In the back of my mind, I'm going, pink bunny. Pink bunny. Pink bunny. And then she like commented on like a few people's posts. I am doing everything I can to not involve myself with her content and who she talks to. Very genuinely. But she responded like under a few people's posts and some of them got really angry. And then she responded under a Pippa post. And I immediately sent her a message saying, stay the fuck away from my Oshi. And then she called me fake and gay and asked what an Oshi is. And then I told her to kill herself. And then she told me, me first. And then eventually she agreed not to bother Pippa. But, like, I saw, like, my life flash before my life flashed before my eyes, guys. So maid outfit with the leg milk was a better outfit. Well, Tova, it's less about whether or not it's better. It's just she wanted the ability to go back and forth, right? Anyway, we gotta open this one. This is not working. Too much of heaven. It's okay. We actually gotta get the right angle, you see. Bring you underground. Heaven. Would the leg milk be good for baking? I don't know. Ask her. Where do I find Sisyphus's channel? It quite literally doesn't come up. That's because you're spelling it wrong. It's spelled like sissy. I'm not linking it here, by the way. If you find it on your own, good. I mean, you can find it easily via my Twitter, right? But it's not my prerogative to give her infinite boosts, right? My gift to her for her birthday was I hooked her up, and I'm letting her roam free. If she stomps on what I'm building, then I'll give her a swift kick in the nads. I'll babysit her a little bit, but she's not mine to control. It's not like my responsibility is to keep her safe, to keep her happy, but I'm not going to police what she posts, because at the end of the day, there are so few things that somebody can do to enjoy life. And I think unabashedly and unapologetically making random garbage on Midas improved my quality of life a significant amount. So why would I 1984 my sister's ability to do that, even if I disagree with so much of what she does? The only point where I would put a stopgap on it is if it's actually interfering with me, right? Or in this case, I look at my Oshi and I'm like sweating my pants because I don't want my Oshi to hate me and think that I'm signing off on my sister bullying her. Anyway. Gildy, Orca, Limon. Okay. So we've gone through those. And now we've got a Cinder. Our first Cinder, I think. More Lena. Another Athelstein. More Milk. Okay. More Limu. Shiny Limu. Alright. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a grifter by the toe if she hollers. Smoke a hoe. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My tuber said to pick the very worst one, and you are it. Has your sister always been that abrasive? She reminds me of you a little bit pre-syndicate. No, my sister is actually significantly more abrasive, online and offline. This is the nicest and most calm, very genuinely I've ever seen her. Like, the most, like, pulled back. It's very refreshing for me to see. Like, when I said that I was scared to have her around, I wasn't being facetious. She has genuinely matured so much, and so that's why I felt like, you know what? I can make this happen. It's fine. There's nothing she can do that can hurt me. And it'll improve her life a little. But this is the nicest she's ever been. So, another Shy Lily top card. Petal Pals. Okay, interesting. Chibi Lena. She's learning restraint. You know, when I compare her to other VTubers and then I look at her stream, it doesn't feel like it compared to other VTubers, but as somebody who's lived with her, she is very much practicing restraint, and I cannot complain. I watched her get into pissing matches with Elfin, though, on Twitter, and it was a little stressful, not gonna lie, watching the two of them fight back and forth, but it wasn't my place to step in, because I'm not her keeper, and I also don't know Elfin like that. I will say it's interesting, because before Elfin deleted, she blocked me on every social media, though, because of my sister. I'm not hurt by it, but like I'm looking at it and I'm like, and now she's talking to Ririgaki a lot. How do I feel about this? I'm not sure, because Ririgaki seems to be going through a rehabilitation phase. I don't know how genuine it is, or if it's performative, or if where she started was performative. I will never know. I can't claim to know because I don't know her life. But again, it's like fascinating, you know? Hold up. Does your family have a problem with her online behavior? No. No. Again, I am the most normal person in my family. I do not say this as a joke. Normal societally. Lucy Pyre. We got a harpoon. Holy shit, this one's cool. Cyanide Jan. Inspired by cyanide and happiness. I love it. I love that it's shining. Shiny Lena. Okay, good. Do people even play these TCGs, or is it only for a collection? Brother, I don't know. All I know is that I was sent these, told to look at them. Code Midas, 10% off. The fact these cards are based on actual people who are currently alive seems like death for the long-term profitability of this product. Nah. If somebody dies or gets canceled, can you imagine how valuable this would be if she never came back? Can you imagine? Because this would go out of print forever. They already removed her flavor. Like, this would be worth its weight in gold if she never came back. Not a single soul plays VCard. Well, you know what? I've got a lot of them, right? So I'll do something with them. I have lots of duplicates, so maybe I'll do like some art pieces with them. You know the ones that are like light boxes where they take the duplicates and they cut out pieces and they like stack them on top of each other? I've got enough duplicates for some of these. I could make some really cool light boxes, actually. Use my art school degree. Did you get these off Throne? No, GamerSup sent them to me. That's why I'm opening all of them. And I compared the quality to Oshi Push. Now, old Oshi Push, it's identical to this first round. New Oshi Push, I am impressed. But also Pippa. I am impressed by new Oshi Push. Now, the artwork for VCard, I think, is a lot nicer. I won't beat around the bush. I think the artwork here in VCard is a lot more luxurious, and I think as a collector, I like VCard more. But for an actual playing card, this feels more practical. So if your Oshi is in VCard, absolutely worth getting to fill up with like an Ida bag or to create artworks with, or if for some reason you have one other person that actually plays this game with you, you win. If you're looking for a playable game that has good wear and tear, I would recommend this. Like there's benefits, and I feel like you would want to get one over the other for like specific reasons. Your sister reminds me of the energy my cousin had when she was tempted to call a black child the hard R for saying ni hao. Nightclub Crow? No. Thanks. The lightbox idea feels like something you could do with a 3D printer. Oh, you don't even need a 3D printer for it. You just need like enough of the card to stack on top of itself. How do the VCard sleeves feel? Oh, that's a good question, because I was sent a box of those too. Now, this stream was provided for by GamerSubs. They sent me like a fuck ton of boxes of this stuff. sleeves. I would say... Oh, wait. Oh, I just dropped them all. Fuck me! Okay. Okay. This has like a nice tooth to it. This is like got like that nice like it's got like nice texture to it, and the front is not super glossy. How does it feel to slide something in? They're not matte. They're not matte. They are glossy. Okay. Goes in without a fight. I like the way the back feels. Like it has like a nice tooth. Anyway, no, GamerSup sent me all of these cards ages ago, and I haven't been able to do them for months. Like, Cinder got canceled and uncanceled in the time that I received all of these. So I'm really behind on opening these. And I promised chat that before hiatus I would open them, right? And now I'm back, so I'm opening them. And my original free VCard I got from GamerSups, the sleeve that came was pretty okay. A nice tooth? Never heard of that texture. Tooth is used to describe a texture. So if something's got tooth, it's kind of like how sandpaper has grit. Like having a lot of tooth to a piece of paper means that it's heavily textured. And that if you were to slide your finger across, it would be very bumpy and very coarse. It's very nice for drawing. Like if you have paper that has a lot of tooth, it means it'll absorb liquid for watercolor really well, but also it'll take a lot more graphite off of a pencil, so you can do darker, deeper things and smudge a lot more with your fingers or brushes or whatever. So like how much hold it has. Yeah, kinda. So this is a lot of tooth on the back, but it's also shiny on the front. I would like it if it had the same texture on the top plastic. I'd like it if it wasn't shiny. But I like the back. All right. Cinder packs for last or save for the future? I've been opening them all slowly. So far, we have opened this many. Anyone ever get their V2 Rewards promo VCard? Interesting. Never thought the texture of paper mattered that much. It does. It does when you're creating very specific kinds of artwork and you've practiced very specific techniques. Out of the way! Thank you. Hey Midas, how you doing? I first discovered you right before your temporary hiatus grad back in 25. Love your content. You're fucking hilarious. That's very sweet of you. It's very sweet. It wasn't a graduation and it was never advertised as one. I was always going to come back and I was obnoxious about that. Even then, some people still mourned me like I was dying. It was crazy. All right. So, is there anything new here? Ooh, we got a Camilla. Wow, got a Camilla. Very pretty Camilla. Another harpoon. Snack cat. Seriously, did they never check the Discord? Did they never check the YouTube announcements? Did they never watch the goodbye stream broadcast? And a shiny chat blend. I blasted that information on every social media platform. If they didn't see it, that's on them. I did every responsible thing possible. I was looking at 4chan, and they were still like, oh my god, Midas is coming back? Did Midas's opportunity fall through? Did it fail? Is everything collapsing? It's like, no! You fucking idiots! I said when I was leaving that I was coming back in December over and over and over again. Get that through your thick fucking skulls. Did you, like, pull them out of your brains and then laminate them flat? Like, what's going on here, buddy? She hates us. I hate you. Trust the plan. That's crazy. I remember that I saw it everywhere and still somehow thought you were going to a hiatus a week before the actual date. That's crazy. How's work going? Are you still enjoying your job? I am. I am. They treat me very nicely. Got a lot of projects under our belt. A lot of plans. Roller coaster of a December. Roller coaster of a December. But, you know, sometimes things are difficult. You know, sometimes things build up and sometimes harsh things happen. And the best thing that one can do is to put your best foot forward. I will say it was dreadful timing, though, for it to happen after Midas came back and was active again. So now everybody's like, me, 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 me. It's just like, shut up. Let me make my content. Anyway. Let me make sure I remove the duplicates. More cinder. Okay. Foxy Rain. Shoot. Oh, there's the top card. Okay. These are the duplicates. These are the new ones. Buff pup. Smolchy. What's the appeal of streaming here when you have your job? The appeal of streaming here when I have my job is that when I have my job, like, it's not secret what my job is. From day one, I've been very transparent with permission that I am in a VTuber agency. The appeal of my job is that I am playing a character in a specific setting for a specific reason with specific ideas and motivations and reasons to do things. And the appeal of being here is that I do not have to be in character, right? I can keep doing fun, interesting stuff, but, you know, I kind of have the best of both worlds. I have the structure and the support of a team and, you know, the ability to tell fun stories. But then at the end of the day, kind of like when I get home from work, I can kick off my shoes and crack open a cold, well, I guess I'm not drinking liquor anymore. Crack open a cold sody pop and sit down across from my brothers and go, wowee. Wowie zowie. Did you hear about that Venezuelan dictator? Because some things you can't talk about, like at my job, right? Some things are like off limits. Not because they're like bad or whatever, just because it would break kayfabe. But on Midas, it's like, okay, guys, let's wind down and have a chill session, you know? Yeah. Let me just catch up on chat a little bit. New president of Venezuela. Job super media character. Venezuelan here, I welcome you, Midas. Yeah! I mean, to be fair, none of those jobs are ever secret. You hear about that tragedy in New York? Why did Sisyphus arrest Maduro? Sisyphus was the one that swooped up his wife, okay? Sisyphus was entirely in charge of leading the operation. name? That's funny. Wait, you quick the coconut rum? Does this mean there will never be another drunk cast? I never said that. I'm just temporarily being sober. Because it makes my life a lot more convenient, and because I'm trying to lose weight and I'm trying to be healthy. I'm not like sworn off it, but I'm being strategic with when I deploy my liquor consumption. So honestly, you guys might see just as many drunk casts, but you'll have to know that that'll probably be the only liquor that I consume that month, right? I didn't have too many drunk casts, but like, you know, I'm picking and choosing my battles because I don't like being unhealthy physically. All right, another top card. Oh, I had no idea you had the other job. This is nice, having the two separations. Yeah, Cavix. Yeah, no. That's why I went on hiatus, because I wanted to focus. And I wanted to do a good job. And I'd say that I've done all right so far. And the nice thing about it is that my job, as one of the benefits, allowed me to be open to a degree. Okay, so a lot of shiny duplicates, which is nice. You don't live forever, it's gonna be healthy for the future. Still dragging you to a gay bar someday, Midas. I've not forgotten. I'll hold you to it. I'll hold you to it. Oh my god. We've barely scratched this. We're like halfway through. Oh. You know what I'll do? We'll put all the duplicates in piles, and then I'll pick my favorite cards, and we'll decide which ones to make into light boxes. On the bright side, it's glad to see you back as Midas. Yeah. How many you have? Well, these are all the ones we've opened so far. Funds for good rum. If you're not going to drink often, then drink well. Hell yeah. I know that I promised a rum drinking tier list, so that will be a broadcast. That will be something. Kind of like how I promised you guys this, right? But when it happens, it will have to be delicately planned. Why is my tracking gone on both sides? Hello? 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 Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay. Wow, 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 wow. It's like it's more than 10 cards at least. Yeah, I know, right? Gamer Subs really said, please open all of our cards. And I said, yeah, sure, that's not that many cards. Like an idiot. Oh, okay. My own personal hell. Yeah. How's the Andre ASMR coming along, Granny? Hey, Tommy. It's slow. Because I still haven't figured out how to keep my mother away from that stream. Broadcast. But I never break a promise. I'm just slow to deliver. Oh my god, I'm looking at my floor right now and it looks like a battle zone. It's like I'm in a... It's like I'm in one of those like gamer card shops. TCG card... Hi. Okay, so we got... Out of the way with your big ass head. Okay. Move it. There we go. Can you send alcohol on throne? That's enough, you guys. Speaking of, people sent me so much meat on throne. It was so funny. I'm getting like huge amounts of beef jerky and pepperoni in the mail, and everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy for having like pepperoni and beef jerky arriving in the mail. There's like $100 of beef jerky coming in the mail because of throne, and I'm so excited. Anyway, okay, duplicate. Froggy lock. An electric shield. Oh, this is interesting. White Knight. Inspired by Coefficient. Full art of Heavenly Father. Another duplicate. Okay. Interesting. Too much of heaven. Alright. Let's open one of the premium ones. Question. Will you ever consume horse meat? If it's provided, yeah. You know what I want to have? I want to have venison. I want to try venison. No Matera or Zentrea yet. Surprising. Pyro, I think that was the second series of cards. This is series 1. Iguana on coconut is amazing. What kind of streamer do you think Midas's mother is going to be like? I feel like she's probably going to be a Zatsu style streamer. Yeah, I think my mother will be like rant but elevated. You guys know Alex Jones? Like genuinely, like I would say she is very much so a female Alex Jones. Not so much in how she speaks. She speaks like I do, but in her topic choice and how she responds to things. You know how Alex Jones, you know, did that one thing where he flicked his hand at the camera and he went Jew, 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 Jew. Yeah, that I think my mother would pull those kind of antics. That's the kind of person she is. I only say things like that when I'm trying to explain to people what to expect. I would not organically do that. Okay. We've got a bro. No, you know, out of everyone in my life, my mother would likely phase in. Spike. More Froggylicious. More Lena. More Athelstein. I think we already had this Lucy Pyre. Yeah, these are just duplicates. A Vebe! That's interesting. You know, when VShoujo collapsed, all I could think about was Vebe. Because she got so much shit when she left VShoujo. Like, she genuinely got an insane amount of shit when she left VShoujo. And that fascinated me. Because she didn't seem like, and so did, and Nyanners didn't get as much shit. Nyanners kind of, people were like, oh no, they lost Nyanners. And they're like, Vebe, the evil is defeated. Even though neither of them really did anything, right? After watching everything, they kind of, they escaped, like, last boat out. Like, they got out before, like, the fire burnt their house down. And even then, they probably still were owed a lot of money. Same with Silvervale, honestly. Do you make any of the art on your channels? They all look so cool, 2D and 3D. Oh, the 3D model actually is based off of my art style. So if you ever wanted to know what it looks like when I draw, but properly, like with like rendering and everything, the 3D model is the most accurate representation of my art style. Um, Ignore the fact that my thighs are clipping right now. Now, my 3D wasn't intended to be drawn by me. It was modeled by someone else, but initially I was hoping to have like a really cute Japanese art style, not my garbage one. But it works, you know. My second 3D model actually is closer to intended, but people just really like this one, so kind of stuck with it. But the live 2D model I have is kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's a true evolution and best fit for me. I feel like my new live 2D in the same kind of modeling and tracking style as my current my baseline 3D would be deadly. It would be pretty deadly. Actually, I wonder, can I open one of these like that? Let me just move like my wires out of the way so I don't cut them with the Wouldn't it be so funny if I like and then like cut the charging cable and I electrocuted myself live on stream? That would be pretty funny. So what happens if I like not a very sharp cleaver. There we go. The 2D is great, but the 3D is the craziest. Okay, It's because the 3D tracking is oversensitive, but the 2D also has the crazy eyes. They just don't jitter as much because my tracking on live 2D isn't as sensitive. Hold on. I literally just fixed it! Why isn't it working? Oh, you know what it could be? Because I'm not using ARKit right now. Okay, I want you to know that setting up today's stream was a logistical nightmare, okay? It was insane. I have two phones right now running two different instances of tracking software, and neither of them wanted to play nice. I thought I was going to have to cancel today's stream broadcast. So, yeah. But I have fixed my live 2D. And when it's in optimal form now, it does jitter just as much as my 3D. It's just a little different, little smoother. But yeah, if you stick around, you'll be able to see more. Your mom lets you have two phones? No, I've got an old phone that actually you guys paid. I put an upgrade on Throne about a year and a half ago, and the community gathered together to get me a new phone for better tracking. And so I have the new phone for better tracking there, and the old phone here, instead of trading it in or selling it or giving it away, even though it's technically out of model and it doesn't work as well, it's good to have around as a backup just in case something goes wrong or a battery explodes. So in instances like this, it works as a second tracker. Which one is 3D? Left or right? I'm not going to answer that. Okay. Rising stars. Are we going to ever get, like, the other part of the word? These top cards are so repetitive. Okay. So we've got Farmer Cosmite. Move your fat fucking head. Thank you. I missed something in chat. What did I miss? Is Midas ever going to do another donut? No. Not until I've finished every single goal from the first one. I'm going to at least try to have that be the thing. While it would be nice to do another donathon, especially since money has gotten very tight, it's not responsible, right? Like, I fucking hate watching other VTubers run donathon after donathon after donathon after donathon, even if it's for specific things, and then like never ever fulfill any of the stuff, or they fulfill some of the things and then they graduate and they don't fulfill other things. It's like, I want to fulfill most things and have the things that aren't fulfilled have like a final date where people can expect them to be fulfilled. Like, I want everything to be planned out and normal so that I don't feel unending like guilt for being like a scammer or something, because I'm not, but I feel like that would be how I would sit mentally. It would never be nice, you know? The stream seems somewhat delayed, hence you thinking you missed something. Okay. Going to work. Goodbye. Goodbye, Joker. Donathon followed by graduation. Donathon followed by hiatus, and I announced that at the same time. I was very irate that the community started fundraising early before the Donathon was even properly announced, because then you know how bad I felt, because I didn't want to announce the Donathon until it was after the announcement. Ooh, shiny Froggy Lock. For the temporary hiatus. Because I didn't want people to donate and then felt like their donation was going to nothing, right? Because I wasn't leaving. So, like, I get that you guys were trying to be funny, you know? Spicy Pillow. Sorry if I'm coming off as an idiot. No, you're not. No, it's... Yeah. Want it mostly funded before the donathon even start? Wasn't it mostly funded before the donathon even started? It was like half fun. Like all of the goals were mostly funded, so I had to make more goals. I had to make new goals, right? Because like I almost didn't have to do a donathon. It was like, well, I promised one, and that in of itself is an event that people look forward to. And then you guys filled it again, and I was unendingly gracious. I still am. I'm very humbled by it. So I have a responsibility to stand by. Donathons before graduations have happened is the fun part, just not by you. No, I know. I know. That's why I was trying to be very specific with how my methodology was. You forced me back into employment because of the donathon, so thanks for that little tank! Ah! I'm sorry! Enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Oh, we get more shiny cardboard Midas. Hell yeah, Lucid. Did you want to show off both models? You mean the other 3D model? Like the one that I got for the concert that I showed off before stuff? My donation would be me throwing a large fruit at my wall. The drywall would break, so be it. I send thee money to land for 1 billion years. When you return, no time will have passed, but you will be $1 richer. Hell yeah. Okay. Still duplicating? Okay, let's check. Duplicate. Not. Oh, we got a Nyanners! And we got a Punkalope! Hold on. I'm just killing the duplicates. Okay. Got a shiny Camilla. Fluffer. I meant these two. Didn't see your concert. Concert hasn't happened yet. Still working on it. It's a long-term project because we're 4 independent bozos. Punkalope mention. Punkalope mention! We love Punkalope here. Juniper. There we go. See you in a week, Midas. Have a good one, J Phantom. Are we any... Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Will I ever be free from these fucking cards? I will only open one box, because I cannot do this. Oh, fuck, but I should probably open the second box. Awaken Worlds. Fuck. Fuck! What happened to Punkalope? I used to get her shirts all the time. She graduated. She graduated and got another job. Another job. That's what happened. Light of the end of the tunnel's a train. Okay, so we got this many more packs to go. So that's like... Okay, so we got like a third of the cards left to go. The light sprints towards you. The dog... the lion is not bothered by the yapping of the dog. The lion rapes the dog when it barks. Punkalope did mention who she became, by the way. Punkalope raided into her new identity debut stream, okay? It was never a secret. It's more just... It's a little silly, cheeky nod wink thing. Okay, duplicate. Freem. Duplicate. Full art Sayu. And shiny Sanson. That was a fast pack. Okay, I think I'm getting into my rhythm. Guys, I think I might become a good TCG tuber. What do you think? Is to see Punkalope. And fuck, I dropped them all again. Sorry for mentioning other streamers if it's bothering. No, I don't mind, actually. If I don't want to talk about it, I'll just ignore you. But I actually genuinely don't mind talking about things going on in the space. This is why Midas is a nice place. I know that a lot of my viewers are like not VTuber fans, and so they're not super interested in talking about this stuff, but when the concept comes up, I'm not like frigid, you know? I have no incentive to not talk about these things because it's interesting. It's news. No BGM. Nix, you are lucky that this stream is even running. Put your own BGM on. This is a build your own BGM stream, okay? You can listen to whatever music you want and it'll fit because ooh, hey, look, this is neat. This is a new one. Anyone ever told you the messy hair on the 3.0 complements nicely with the right amount of stuff? Yeah. I have had people tell me they like my messy hair. It's one of the reasons why I went with this artist. Yeah. No. My sword just knocked over my cans of Monster. Okay. No, when I went with Kama, I was on a wait list for a long time. But once I got to the end of it, it was exciting for me. One of the main appeals to me, like for me, for Kama as an artist, it was less who she's made, like, because she's made, like, she has like 40 plus children. There is no buff having model siblings that are like quote unquote famous. Like, there are so many Kama children that nobody know about because they get the model hoping that in of itself will give them infamy. Like, that is the wrong reason to get a model that you like from an artist, right? Like, for me, when I saw Doki Bird launch with a Kama model a second time, I could see how it would reflect on the Midas design. Like, very clearly, I could see specifically the hair and how it swoops and how it curves. It reflected the kind of messy chaos, but like specific nature that I'm going for, especially with my 3D model here. And it wasn't even captured properly with the 3D model. It looks kind of jiggly, but it floats and it kind of almost looks like an octopus with the 2D. And I love it. And I like that the Kama models, almost even like the super feminine ones, they always have this edge to them. This kind of tomboyish edge. Now, and Kama's also very good at suits. In general, it just felt like a match, you know? And if I wasn't able to get Kama, I wasn't going to sweat it. I had other ideas as well. But also, Kama was really wonderfully in budget. Holy shit. I didn't think Kama would be affordable, but Kama was affordable, so I win. I thought I detected inspiration from Doki Bird in the hair and the face. No, it wasn't like, wow, I want to be Doki Bird. Midas here, like the 3D, it also had fangs. Huh? And the hair was already this way. That had zero to do with Doki Bird. It was more so, once I saw Doki Bird, I realized that yellow would translate in the style. I looked at it and I went, oh, maybe Kama can do what I need. I do criticize some of the smaller details on clothing parts. I will say near the end, things got rushed. Like, I am going to go to Kama for revisions. At the very end, we were like trying to make a debut happen very last second because I was at the end of a wait list, right? And I was trying to make it happen for December 10th. So when it came time for the model art to be finished, I had like no time, right? Like, I got 2 drafts and it was like, well, if I want revisions, I have to wait another week and I don't have another week. So now that I have time, a priority is that I want to get an Uma Musume toggle, so ears. I want to get a hand toggle, so where I'm holding something. I want to get some facial emote toggles now, and I want to fix these pockets. Because I'm going to be entirely honest, I miss my button flap pockets, and that was a change that Kama made without asking me. And Kama also made the boobs like 3 times too big. They were like twice the size of my head. They were quite genuine. Like you see the shadows on the arm sleeves on the yellow? The reason the shadows extend so far out is because that's where the boob initially sat. Like, the boob initially covered those shadows. That's why the shadows were drawn out so far. And I said, look, I'm flattered that you love my design so much. I genuinely am. That is very cool. But I ask you to make me flat. Can I at least get a reduction? And I was like, yeah, no problem. And then, now I'm here and I'm like, you know what? Canonically, I'm every size. Next update, I'll just make sure that I get a flat toggle and we can go back and forth. I will say my favorite part of her design upgrade is clarifying how the pockets look, closing the buttons on the jacket, and the cleaning up of the skirt. I think that was nice. Tasteful thigh mole. The changing of the boots, I love. I actually think the triangle buckles are so much more tasteful and adventurous than what I had. Yeah, I like that. Make them bigger. No! I don't know, maybe like... I did get like a 3-point reference sheet so that I can eventually do a 3D with that model. Not a fan of the heels. My brother in Christ, that's like the one thing that's consistent with every design. Come on now. You can't hate on my clonkers. Also, will you explore the boob jitsu manifesto you talked with Sissy on the last stream? No! I'm not performing boob jitsu with my sister. Kill yourself. Fucking idiot. Alright. I appreciate you, Tommy. Alright. So we got Wub. Okay, so here's a new one. Rancid. That's what you are. Farmer Vienna. Okay. $1 billion in your choice of IP to remake or bring back. Go. Hold on. Doki's true form. Shy Lily. So, remake the Artemis Fowl live action film and bring back Artemis Fowl in the public consciousness with a TV series per book, or like a couple of episodes per book. Maybe like a series could be like 2 books. Haunted Raid. Hey, you. I always thought the Ruba was rabbits she stuffed in her shirt. Well, that is also another explanation. Hold on. Too much of heaven will bring you underground. Heaven. This is your new model of color toggles. This one, no. But the other new model, the other 3D that I wasn't using, does. Actually, I could load in the avatar with color toggles real quick if you want to see. Well, that's the Wind Midas. Do I have it here? Is it in downloads? VRM. Here we go. So here is like the concert Midas model, and this one does have a color toggle. It'll load just a second. Maybe. There we go. This is the Syndicate Midas model. It's also broken. This one was specifically commissioned to match the other Syndicate members. Let me see. Will this work? Do the toggles just not work? Okay. Well, there is a blue Midas toggle for this one. I guess it works in VR chat, and it also kind of works in Warudo, but Warudo just doesn't want to work for me anymore these days, because fuck me, I guess. But the tracking is good on this one. Mouth shapes, to be desired. I think this modeler, working on that design over there, would do good. Let me change back to the other avatar. Too much of heaven will leave you underground. Oh my god, wait, do you guys want Midas Blanco? I just found that my Midas Blanco files here. My white Midas. Meh, 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 meh. For the event that never got to happen. Yay! I'm still so sad about it. I have to find something to do with this design because it was pretty fun. Alright, let's go back to the main one. I will say it is a Vroid though, and Vroid is low quality. Yeah. Garthen. A Garthen Midas. You know what? Maybe I'll put a Garthen Midas up as a download. Alright. Let's give it a little crackle. A little mouthfeel. Okay. You see, when a VCard is ripe and in season, it's got that little crisp crunch to it. See the tasteful peel, the edge, the little texture of the rib. That's how you know that it's ripe. So would Midas Blanco be a combination of Midas and Bomi? No, Bomi didn't exist yet when Midas Blanco was made. Okay. Can't believe I saw the King of Canada last week. I know, right? Evolved VTuber TCGs. VCard does have the best smell, not gonna lie, right? Yeah, it smells alright. Alright. More duplicates. More duplicates. More shiny Rainho. Ooh, shiny Cinder! This one's going in my cringe compilation. How much if you'd add a toggle with green Midas smoking a fat blunt with red eyes? Workshop that idea with Hobbit's art. Look up weed on Midas masterpieces. Good luck with your wisdom, Teeth Mercy. You have my absolute sympathies. Now, I can't be green Midas because my mother is taking over that role quite genuinely. Now, Sisyphus has ended up becoming pink Midas, and my mother took green Midas, so now I'm left with so many other things. Oh, look. Here's Nianners. Oh, that's a top card, actually. Let's put that over there. Cinder Redeemed, sorta. No! Green Midas was never the weed smoker, okay? What the fuck is this? Bastard cat. Still a blue, though. Yeah. Mimi. Whatever Mimi is. Okay, and we got another duplicate. Akumi. It would be great if these, like, focused. Got Yuzu. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Diariku, which Midas is the weed smoker. None of them! None of them are the weed smoker, because I'm not fucking stupid! I don't like weed! I hate the way it smells. I hate how people behave when they're on it. I'm repulsed, actually. I can tolerate those who smoke weed. Fine. But I can't be in a room where weed is being smoked. It makes me viscerally ill. Like, the smoke makes me feel viscerally ill. Like I'm going to vomit. I cannot... Oh, no! I can't! I hate it! What do you think people who inhale Adderall, though? I mean, they've got them all. No. Like, fuck, man. At least with cocaine, you're not smelling it, because if you're smelling it, you're sniffing it, right? Whereas weed, you can smell that from across a building, and it's so vile and repugnant. Someday I'll make patches for weed and they'll have nicotine. We'll never have to smell pothead again. I mean, that shit kind of already exists, right? But people don't use it because they like smoking it. Okay, Orca Pop. Okay, duplicate. Work-life balance. We love Flork in this house. He's a silly little guy. He helped me through some Why is there a shiny of this? He's always been so supportive and sweet. Alright. Feel like we're getting a lot of duplicate top cards. I don't know if we'll finish the whole picture. Flork is just a little guy. Have you guys seen Flork in real life? I think he's not a little guy. He's not a little guy. He's definitely a guy, though. Midas, I gotta ask, spaghetti or meat? Meat! Okay. Fluffer. I don't even know her. We got B. Dragoons, Camilla, Kodniko, Morkoki, Electric Shield, and just University Numi. Ooh, very tasteful. And Pestonini. I'm learning a lot about people's mascots today. It's very interesting to me. Is Crowbar on a diet now? No, he's really fat. He should be on a diet. Maybe Crowbar will join me on my diet. Now there are two of them. Zeffy! Ah! Hey, if there's any mods that are actively tapping away, can we give Zeffy a shout out? He is the sound guy to end all sound guys. Hey, Midas, burgers from a restaurant or burgers at home? Burgers at a restaurant are convenient, but they're always like $40 Canadian, and they're never worth it. Unless you consider fast food a restaurant. Then I would say, okay, well, the cost is more effective. However, the burger quality is garbage. So, also, it just depends where you are. I think burgers at home are superior in most aspects, unless you want a chicken burger. If you want a chicken burger, go to A&W if you're Canadian. And, great. I mean, I think they have it in the States, right? But chicken burgers from A&W and sweet yam fries were my, they were my white whale. Lamp Champ? Pyro Pump? Okay, so more duplicate. What is this? Oh, hey, meat. Move your fat head! More duplicate. Another duplicate, but a shiny Doki's True Form. A&W in the States. I have heard that A&W in the States and A&W in Canada are actually owned by two different people. Have a good lurk, Yu. They're owned by two different people, and so they're run in two different ways. Sorry. I'm still, like, choking a little bit. I still have, like, snot that's sitting inside of my lungs, so every so often I'm, like, it kind of just drains out of my throat. I don't even have to cough sometimes. It just so what you just witnessed was me throwing up snot very discreetly. And now I've explained it to you, so now it's not discreet anymore, but I think my lungs are actually permanently fucked. And I didn't even do anything to them. I just have fucked lungs now. How'd your lungs get fucked? I think when I caught COVID the third time, third time I got COVID was the time that I never properly recovered. And it happened around the same time that I got pertussis. And the pertussis, on top of like tail end of COVID, my immune system never got better. Like, I have just been perpetually sick ever since with like minor stuff. And I'm always constantly coughing. Like, it's a lot better right now, but like the fluid in my lungs has never stopped producing since. You've had COVID 3 times? Yeah, and I didn't die. I just cough a lot now. Okay, duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Not a duplicate. Megalodon! Might have opening booster packs, but sadly needed a 5th booster shot. I never got vaccinated. I never got vaccinated because we live in the middle of nowhere, so there was nobody to get sick that was high risk. And my family was very against getting the COVID shots. I very hard fell for COVID vaccination propaganda because I was going to university at that time, and I, wanted to be able to do things with my peers, but my desire to make my family happy overrid wanting to go to conventions. It overrid wanting to try and have friends, and so I isolated. I stayed in my family home, and I never got the shots. And a few years out, like, you know what? I don't actually regret it. I actually have come around to it. I actually agree with my family now. And there was never a fight or anything. It was just like, I always quietly disagreed. I always like quietly went, well, if I'm going to be invited to a special event, I'll secretly get the booster shot to be allowed. If that never came, and then my peers started dropping like flies from heart problems. People in their 20s and like family members that got the booster shot or just all the shots in general. Like people that I've known my whole life who were pretty healthy just started like having cancers and heart diseases immediately after. Now this is anecdotal, but like I don't know, it kind of keeps me up at night sometimes thinking about like, man, the only reason that might not have been me was because I was scared of making my parents go get disappointed, Like I was very capable of being in that position. And honestly, I lost my bakery job. I lost my job because I wasn't vaccinated, right? So I was truly alone and with nothing. And VTubing really got me through, So me not vaccinating wasn't a political statement, but I don't regret not being vaccinated. Because every time I got COVID, I got through it. There is like some damage, because of course there is. It was like a very hardcore thing. Fucks with your lungs, fucks with your everything. But I don't know, I feel like having fucked lungs, you can manage better than having a fucked heart. Because there are things you can do for lungs, but for a heart, you have to transplant it or you're dead. That's it. And this isn't going to be a discussion that we go into deeply, because too many people have personal feelings about this and personal anecdotes and reasons why they believe it was or wasn't beneficial, or, well, none of my people died. And it's like, that, I'm glad. I have very different reasons for what I did than for what you did. And it's nothing personal. And I'm not going to stomp on you for not for vaccinating, right? But I went from being resentful for having opportunities taken to being grateful. So that is my position on it. And I am just happy that there are people who had no major side effects, you know? Unfortunately, the other people I know who survived became infertile. I know people that are just, well, to be fair though, those people probably are infertile for many other reasons. Okay, another top card. A lot of the people who survived became infertile was like, they were also like into like drug scenes, and they were into sex, rock and roll, all that, and hedonistic lifestyle. So any single one thing could have made them infertile, but a lot of them are telling me that they think it was the vaccine that made them infertile. I have no idea. I think they're looking for a scapegoat, but it could also be real, but that's anecdotal. Doppelganger. Oh, and this is a moist critical card, and it's shiny. Infertility's not bad. I went to Thailand once, came back totally sterile. It was very mysterious. Yeah. I mean, like, that, there's adoption, you know. My plan is that if I never have a physical child, I will very happily adopt an angry teenager that has no family and needs some help. I think that's a very good thing for me to do. I don't see myself as the responsible parent type. I don't see myself as being capable of raising a happy, healthy child. You know, like, I got my own personal fears and worries. I don't think I want to ever become infertile, but if I became infertile, I have ways that I can live my life around that, you know? Because remember, at the end of the day, the things that happen to you, the bad things, the things that cripple you, the things that knock you down, will only stop you if you don't come up with a contingency. If you don't have a secondary idea of living your life. A lot of people get bogged down by, well, my initial life plan isn't ever going to happen, so I'm falling into permanent depression and then killing myself. It's like, well, maybe you are now physically handicapped. Maybe you are now mentally disabled. Maybe you have lost the ability to chase your real dream. But that doesn't stop you from making a new one. Maybe it's not as grand or as flashy or as enticing as your first one, but it's entirely yours, and you are the only one who can dictate what your final curtain call is. Maybe, but that's how a lot of people view themselves before having kids. You never know, because experience changes you so much. I had a lot of siblings. I had a lot of nieces and nephews. Had, as if they're all dead now. Have. And I've been helping raise through different stages of childhood development for them. I do think that I can babysit. In short term, I am a very good parental guardian and figure. It's in the long term where I'm worried. It's not about, like, I can't, like, take care of them, they'll die like houseplants. It's their bare needs will be met, but I have enough emotional instability. We call them women moments that I think I would traumatize and permanently damage any child, right? So unless the person I'm having a child with is very present and sturdy and willing to beat the shit out of me, like, I need, if I ever had a biological child, I would, oh my god, my hands look so, okay. If I ever had a biological child, I'd want to be 125 pounds. I'd want to be, like, 125 pounds before getting pregnant. And I'd want whoever impregnated me to be kind, but firm. I'd want that person to be happy to beat the shit out of me if I was going off the rails. I would need somebody who is willing to literally hog tie me if I'm being unreasonable. Like, that is like my standard, right? Anything less than that, I would not procreate with. When you say beat the shit out of you, do you mean that literally? I mean that in, I don't mean that in like a fetish way. Kill yourself. Okay. Haze. But okay, these are more duplicates. I think we're coming to the end of any new cards. Oh, we got a shiny Electrobites. Why does Midas smell like gay? Okay, look, just because disproportionate amounts of lesbian relationships end in literal physical violence and abuse, like the amount of spousal abuse between lesbians is higher than any other coupling known to exist that's been reported. Just because that's a thing doesn't mean that I'm gay. I think the Middle East is something like that. Now. No, look it up. Like, apparently lesbian couples, by percentage, by a massive thing, just there is like a huge amount of domestic violence and abuse. Does that mean all lesbians will beat each other? No. Not in the slightest. Does that mean I'm more likely to get the snot beat out of me by a lesbian? Maybe. Depends where I am in the world. I mean, in some places in the world, there just isn't lesbians to beat the snot out of me. Hello, I am Small Lives Channel Traveler. I seek for the Holy Grail. Oh, you're on a hunt for the Holy Grail? Let's go. You read the statistic wrong? I don't know. Maybe I did. That would be nice to learn that I read it wrong, right? Nobody likes to learn that there is abuse happening in the world. I don't think I read the statistic wrong. But if I did, good. Prevailing theory is that lesbians are just more likely to report domestic abuse than straight women or men are of either sexuality. You know what, Haunty? I actually think that's probably true. I honestly think that's entirely true. Because, look, statistics can say whatever, but at the end of the day, they're entirely dictated by who actually participates. And some people are more likely to participate than others. Right? And I think we're ending off with a shiny Punkalope. Okay. We finished the first box. It took 2.5 hours. So, what are we going to do? I think we're going to start piling the duplicates. Now, this will be a giveaway. The second box will be a giveaway. I gotta figure out what the fuck to do with this thing. The Shy Lily deck box. My god. Do I even open this? I'll have to consider this for a second thing. Oh fuck, no, I've got another one. Oh my god, how many of these did Gamer Subs send me? Okay, so we got 3 more of these. But I don't want to be here for 2, 4, 6. I don't want to be here for 6 more hours. I really don't want to be here for 6 more hours. So these are all the ones we opened today. Your greed is sickening. I didn't buy these! Gamersubs just sent them to me! Like I said, extra streams. Nah. All right. Duplicates time. Okay, Guilty. Okay, so pirate tricky. Let's hunt for all the pirate trickies, because there was quite a few of them. There's also a lot of Code Mikos. And there was a lot of Quinn Bennett's. There's some Rain Hose. Rain Hoe. There was a lot of Cottontails. I saw a few Totless. Saw a few Dragoons floating around. Another Rain Hoe. So we've got two shiny Rain Hoes. Okay. There's a lot of duplicates of a lot of things, but we're just starting with these duplicates. Is Komiko still relevant? I mean, she still has an active audience. She's relevant, but she hasn't done anything to be in the public zeitgeist, right? So she's not controversial. I'd say that she's absolutely relevant. She's just not trending right now, right? That's what I'd say. More Dragoon. More Dragoon. Let's put Shy Lily over here. I will say Quinn Bennett being in this booster box is a little weird to me. That's one that I don't entirely understand. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I wouldn't have allowed it. My God, how many cards are there? Lena. Like, I'm seeing a lot of duplicates in my hand. I'm just looking for specific ones first, and we're working with that pile. Well, this is going a lot faster. Oh, I gotta make sure I got Cinder down there. Hold on. Too much of heaven will bring you underground. Heaven, body makes a sound. Okay, there's Code Nico. Lily. Tricky. Visceral negative emotional reaction to saying you didn't get vaccinated. Don't regret it, but I'm so tired of the divide by now and I want to move on. I mean, again, K-Pub. In the moment, I was upset. It took me like 2 years to not regret it. So yeah, like, I mean, you probably would have had me agreeing with you super easily at the start, but over time, instead of feeling like helplessness over my situation, I kind of went, huh, okay, well, life could be so much different right now. I don't know how much different, but all the choices made by the people around me have led to this moment, and my life is not miserable. So you can feel however you want about that. But I have to keep moving forward with my life, just like the rest of us. And my prerogative, until I die, is to make my family happy. And if my family doesn't want me to take the mystery drug, even if I want to take the mystery drug, I'm not going to take it. And if that ends up killing me, then I died happy. Okay? Is it blind faith and devotion? No, I recognize that there's risks to that. But I chose. Yeah? At the end of the day, even resentful, I chose it. Why would you put your family's happiness over your own? Because my family's happiness is mine. I see myself as a separate unit from them, but I don't see any practical reason to turn my nose up at doing my best to make, the people I care about feel safe and secure and happy. People have various ideas about the world for various reasons. Maybe I agree, maybe I disagree, but ultimately, these are the people I've known my whole life. I've grown up in supreme isolation. I've got nothing else outside of these people. So if I isolate myself from the only people I've ever known, then I've got nothing. I would rather face illness than true nothingness. Right or wrong, this is the hill I've chosen to die on. And I don't find any regret. Cinder. Okay, so finding these duplicates is going a lot quicker, which is nice. We'll go through a second round of duplicate stacking because there is a lot of duplicates I've been seeing, but we don't have piles for, right? So we'll go through this pile set first. Yeah, some people live and die dedicated to causes, social movements. Some people live and die dedicated to a single romantic spouse. Some people live and die dedicated to their children. People evolve, people change. So I don't know who I'm going to be in a few years. But right now I am at my happiest and my healthiest and my safest working with and around my family. Family is forever? Well, I wouldn't say that. Not all families are forever. I am loyal and happy to have my family around because they always had my best interest at heart as a kid, right? They were always there for me. And I recognize that that is not something a lot of people can say. I am very privileged to know both my mother and father, and to have my mother and father, still a family unit, and to have all my siblings be full siblings, to not have a destroyed household. That is a big privilege. And that is part why, I'm so dedicated to my family unit, because it's a rarity and it's not something that I want to cause damage to. I have utmost respect for everyone doing their part to make things work and make things cohesive. And I don't look down on those who don't have what I have. I feel sad for them, and I hope that they themselves can build their own family units that are stronger than the ones they were unfortunately born into. I want that for everyone. But I will not choose individualism and destroy something that I find very precious. I have enough individualism online. I have enough agency online. I can express creativity without fear of punishment. So these rules of my life are self-imposed. Donuts have arrived. Let's go, Billy Donuts! I said this last stream, but family is a choice. Family is a choice. Blah, blah, blah. She yaps for what? For what? This is nice to hear. Thank you, Ola. Ola! Family is chosen. A lot of times you are given a starter family. It is your choice to stay with them. However, many people don't. They choose a family unit that they design. And that sometimes is friends, sometimes it's cousins, sometimes it's strangers across the planet, sometimes it's nobody, sometimes it's just pets. And my chosen family was the one I was born with. At the end of the day, be functional. That is the most important thing anyone can ever do. Work for your functionality, work for, I guess, cohesion. Because if you're not functional, you'll never find a way to be happy. Because you'll be constantly self-sabotaging yourself. It's funny because I think there's a time I'd say your mother was being strict about you with the video games, but now I think she was right. My mother was never strict with video games. My mother, well, okay, she was strict with consoles specifically. Computers, it was fine. No, TV, they were strict with because they didn't want advertising poisoning my brain. That said, like, I don't know. It was like early childhood restrictions even. As a teenager it was never whatever. Never had consoles because again, why waste your life? Why waste your time? When you can get your hands on a video game, play whatever, but like they were never going to facilitate it. Okay, so these are the first groups we've got. Oh, I can hear the sirens outside. They're gonna get me, boys! Okay, do we have any shiny Quins? I feel like there was. There we go. Yeah, there's a shiny Quinn. Family has a lot of paranoia. Yeah, of course. Hold on, how come there's like two shinies, but they're different kinds of shinies? Oh, okay, because that one's a UR. Okay, and she's got like a special message for it. Okay, so we'll put the UR card at the top. What was your first console? My first personal console was the Nintendo Switch that you guys bought me. I do not consider my computer that I bought myself for work, a gaming machine. I do not consider it a console. Is this? Oh, I got two UR cards of Cottontail. Interesting. My younger sister, it was her, it was the Nintendo thing that I bought her ages ago, the DS. My younger brother, it was his Xbox because they'd relaxed their grip on everything at that point. You didn't find the Holy Grail? Well, look again! Did you check under your foreskin? Okay, so we'll put the, okay, we'll do a Charlie. Do a Tob. Tob is such a funny name. I like that. It's wholesome. Do a Punkalope. Lots of Gwub, so we'll do that. I'll continue to seek it for the King of Ringland. RNG-land. Okay, RNG-land. Let's see. Another Gwub. Another Doppelganger. We'll do Battle Cry as well, because there's lots of that. Also do Bow. Battle Cry. We are chewing through this. Shiny Doppelganger. Ganger. Let's see. Globe. Okay, we're getting through this. We're getting through this. Okay. My throat is killing me. Let's see. Big Monarch. Did we go through this? I'm getting real good at my card shuffle, guys. Look at that. I'm getting quick at this. I'm getting practiced hands. Uncle Lopi. I'm straight up a TCG T-Ber. I'm a GC T-Ber. T-Ber. Free bird, yeah. Do 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 do. Is this your card? I suck at shuffling cards. They get easily destroyed. Oh well, you see, I've had lots of practice. You see, I'm a master at cards. Not the most practiced hands this side of the West. Is this your card? Is this your card? Is this your card? Is this your card? Oh, I missed a cottontail earlier. Let's slip that in there. Slip. Da-da-dum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Slip, slip, slip through your, slip, slip, slip through your hands. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, a slip through your, slip, slip, a slip through your hands. What are we doing? Yu-Gi-Oh? Pokemon? I can tell we're doing V-Cards, baby! Because GamerSub sent me so fucking many! Pulls your pants down. Is this your V-Card? Yes. Right now we're just sorting through all of the duplicates because I don't know what else to do with all these things. Quite genuinely, I'm very lost. I mean, I guess I can learn how to play this. Yes. Once I sort through all the duplicates, I'm going to see which one I have the most of, actually. I'm kind of interested. Oh, I'm going to the Taub. I think I'm going to check out Taub afterwards. The green design convinced me. Chat, I'm going to figure out who this new VTuber is. They're probably not new and they're probably massive. I've just never heard of them. But I'm convinced. I'm falling for Taub propaganda because Taub is green and green is a good color for a woman. Not new. Yeah, I figured that she's not new, but she's new to me, okay? Chat, can you figure out who Taub is? Do my Taub research while I put her in piles. I mean, if she wasn't big, she probably wouldn't be in a card game, let's be honest. Isn't she the Zaza lady? What do you mean, Zaza lady? Don't tell me she's a weed tuber. Me. Tea. I'm having apple tea right now. My God, this is getting out of hand. Is it Taub or Taubs? I'm not sure. On the card here, it says Taub. We're discovering new VTubers for me today. Oh, don't fall. Man, I feel like this is getting out of hand. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting gratuitous even. Rain, rain, rain. Lots of rain, ho! I think they have a favorite child in the factory. Well, there's a Tobbs live right now. Okay. Well, maybe I'll take a peek after broadcast. Oh my god. Guys. I thought we were getting through them. This is how many we have left. Lightning round. Is there a Smuggalana card? If there is, it's not in the first release. Okay. Now there was a lot of Heavenly Father. Let's move that there. Baby Moth. I know there was a Juniper. Let's put Juniper over here. And I know there was a Bradley, so let's put Bradley up there. I know there was lots of Sanson, so let's put Sanson right there. I missed a bow earlier. Doing Sailor Moon Abridged. Do you think there'll be a Midas card in the third or fourth release? I don't make them enough money, I'm going to be honest. But that's okay. Cards only go to those who make them a ton of money. Kind of like how if you have a flavor with them, it's because you've reached a certain threshold. And if you have a cup with them, you've reached a different certain threshold. I was very close to meeting the cup standard, but it doesn't roll over. You have to meet it within a certain time limit, and then it restarts. So, no Midas cup. If Midas ever gets a shaker cup, it'll probably be through other means, unfortunately, because, I mean, I'm not going to be constantly grilling my audience trying to slurp them out of all of their money so that I can have a cup. That doesn't seem practical. It seems a little silly, even. If I organically get there again, then I mean, hell yeah, but I don't see it happening. No, don't mess up my cards. God, I feel like I'm a 50-year-old man in like a card shop. Like that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm LARPing a 50-year-old man in a card shop. I don't even remember what I was looking for anymore. Sanson. I mean, this pile is actually getting smaller. It is getting easier to find cards now. Sanson again. Father. I am running out of space. This is absurd. I don't know if I can finish this gimmick that I'm doing right now. Might just not have enough table space. Did subs raise the bar since there's more VTubers out there? Well, this was their first release. Like, I think that they've done a lot more since then. They've done, like, genuinely, like, multiple editions. This is the very first edition. We appreciate your consideration for timing and spacing on things like merch and sponsorship. The wallet never stops hurting. Venmaru, I am very careful when I'm like, hey, here's merch. I don't do it monthly, and when I do it, I try to make it as cheap as possible. And when I do sponsorships or I have like a code, I implement it, but it's like, I like to live by the philosophy in making content. What would I like to see out of my creator, right? Like, what irritates me? What bothers me? What turns me off when watching someone? And one thing that turns me off is excessive selling and shilling. Normal amounts of it, I don't care. Like, it's expected even and understandable, and sometimes it can be entertaining. But when that's the only thing a person does, then that becomes the content. And I am not here to be sold to, I'm here to have a good time. So, if there's like a special event, put stuff out. Hell yeah. Give people the opportunity to get something if they want it. Right? Because nobody's twisting an arm. But at the end of the day, the amount of money I make from merchandise is negligible. I only want merchandise to exist so that people can have fun things, so that people can be part of the community. I get a little bit of kickback once in a while, but it's not worth like reputation like crunching, you know? Rather people be happy and have fun things. And if they can't afford fun things, to not feel like they've ruined everything. You ruined. Hey, Mr. Electric, he ruined my dream journal. Send him to the principal's office. Gets me when creators doing something serious and suddenly they're reading an ad. The loneliness crisis is crippling and you should buy dollar gold. Okay. It's done strategically, though, that can be really funny. The first few times. If they do it all the time, it's like, shut the fuck up, you piece of... Anyway, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sort a few of these out. Midas 2 ruined core of Midas. That's crazy. I don't know how I got myself into this position, I'm gonna be honest. There are a few VTubers I really like that I stopped watching exclusively because they pivoted into exclusively doing React content. Look, if React content is your thing, I'm not going to piss on it. However, I am not somebody that enjoys it. I do not like React content. I think it is lazy. I think it is uninspired. I think that it is slop. And the very few times I react to anything, I make sure that it is quick, it is concise, and that I have stuff to add on my own. People who that is their whole thing, at that point, why watch a VTuber? Get in a Discord call with one friend and watch dumb shit together. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my life. Do you prefer being called a spy, yapper, gremlin, or revolutionary? I think spy has a nice ring to it. I like community react stuff once a month. Like, again, if it's strategic, it's intentional, right? But if it's all you do because you have nothing else that you can think of, then you kind of have earned when people are tired, when people are bored, you know? Because that's non-tent. That's non-content. You are providing nothing new. You are providing no deeper insights of any value. You're kind of just filling air. And you know what? Sometimes people want an air filler. People want something to fall asleep to. People want something to get them through. Like, for a while, when I was into some React content, I liked Cinnamon Toast Ken, because I liked the witty banter that he had with his co-host between the React slop. But I kind of fell off watching him because sometimes he had nothing to say, and watching the content became more important than actually bringing anything new or concise to the table. Is that why you said you hate Asmongold? No, I hate Asmongold purely based on the fact that his room was messy. I've not watched his content. I don't know anything about him. I just know that he's gross, and I don't like that. However, if he gets his act together and he cleans his room, I'll give him a chance. I'll look at his content if he cleans his room. Was that in a past life? I don't remember that as Midas. That I said that I don't like Asmongold? No, I said that as Midas. And I never watched reaction content on stream. Right? No, I'm talking about in my personal off time. I watched Cinnamon Toast Ken. I wouldn't react to reaction YouTubers. What? He cleaned his room? Did he? Did he? Did he? Did he blood? Did he blood baby oil? Did he blood? Did he blood baby oil? Alright, he cleaned his room? Sure, I'll give him a shot. Give me recommendations what to look at. Okay, yeah, this seems to be an easier way to stack him so I've got more space. I mean, there's no reason to assume he'll keep cleaning his room. That is true! Some people's habits are just ingrained into their personality. They never get better. It actually almost got him killed. Cleaning his room. Fell through the floor. My brother in Christ, if your room is so gross that it is eaten away through the floor, it was gonna collapse one day eventually regardless. Just be glad that it happened while you were in the middle of doing the cleaning so you can see the damage and actually get it fixed. Can you imagine? Like, you say it almost got him killed. It would have most certainly got him killed if it collapsed when it wasn't clean. Can you imagine everything falling on top of you and you smother yourself to death under filth? Because the floor collapsed and then your literal, like, mountain of sludge crushes your lungs? That's like a you never get out of that. Fell through the ceiling? Rev says Desu has a sus model. Something is off. What, you mean the one that's like a Nico Yazawa? A Nico Love Live ripoff? I mean, it's stupid, but I don't think it's sus unless he's like making lolly porn of it. Is Rev says Desu making lolly porn of not Nico from Love Live? Because then, yeah, that's sus. Okay, let's see. Metal Pals, Butcher Blade, Koki. Actually, you know what? Let's just add all the shields as one thing. Just get rid of them because they're like a huge bulk of this. Rev says Desu was in the flight logs. Crazy work. You know what? You know what? There's... What was my crime? What was my crime? A succulent getaway island vacation? Good night, Midas. Excellent as always. Have a good one. Oh, we got a raid? Oh, who just joined? I have no way of being able to see for some reason. Welcome on in! YouTube raid. I will catch up on YouTube Supas after I finish with my Herculean task here. Amalgamite. Ah! How'd your stream end up going? You see, I don't stream, I broadcast, but, like, I know of the archaic nature of a stream. Hoping it went well. Amel sent us. Hi, new person. Welcome, welcome. I've got 2 models today, unfortunately, for everybody. Enjoy. I never do cards, either, but GamerSup sent me an absurd amount, and so I'm doing my best, kind of drowning under the weight of all of these cards. Tudis? Yeah, Tudis. Got 2 of this. 2 of these nuts. Yeah, no, I know a certain pink whale shark that would probably kill me for making a these nuts joke. You know, Umi Kyoku is a fascinating person to, be around. She isn't typically the kind of person that I find myself hanging out with, but I've gotten real close with her in the last year or so. And she's very charming. She's very charming. And honestly, meeting her has opened up my mind to talking to all kinds of people. Mind, body, soul, whatever. Because I'm a very cloistered, is that the term? I'm a very nervous, cloistered, specific kind of person. And anything outside of my circle of understanding, I treat as if it's poisonous and dangerous, because typically it is. However, she has left me pleasantly surprised, and I don't know, I appreciate her. I think she's very sweet. Did you know Quake is music made by NIN? Oh, okay. Secluded, reclusive, private type, yes. All of those and more brought to you by Core Midas. The core of Midas is nuh-uh. I'm scared. Core of Midas is I don't wanna. Alright, Koki. No. The last year and change, I feel like a very different person. I think that who I was pre hiatus and who I am post hiatus are two incredibly different people. Not on belief systems. Like, internally, I'm like the same. But I think my approach to life is different. I'm willing to do more things. I'm willing to talk to more people. I'm willing to put myself out there. I still think my value system is identical. But how I deploy my very specific methodology in my way of life is vastly improved. What microphone do you use? Oh no, don't tell me it's been bad and off again this whole time. I think the one I'm currently using is an audio. Hold on, I'll check. Oh crap, I never even realized you came back. What do you mean? I'm using a Audio Technica AT2020. That's what I'm using. Didn't want to be rude, but the mic has been muted for an hour. Mods, snip this man's balls off and feed it to his future. No. Feed this man's balls to a math teacher from his high school. You're definitely more thoughtful than I took you for at first class. Okay, I've always been thoughtful, okay? I have never been anything if not painfully introspective at every given moment, even pre-hiatus. There's an infamous stream where I'm laying on top of a car and we talk about how, guys, I think you should stop jacking off so much and instead jack off to better material so your goon sessions are better and you have happier, healthy lives. Quit over jacking off. You're making yourselves miserable. Like, we've always had long conversations here. Oh my god, wait. We're actually getting through this. We're actually sorting this. Amber, 1984. Kill yourself. Alright, I'm gonna catch up on supers real quick. Why specifically the math teacher? Well, Gengar, I'm glad you asked. It's because I don't like math. Let me get some shut-eye. Good night, Midas. Have a good one. One of your first shirts I ever saw was the head slamming animation. Oh, I drew that as a response to failing an agency audition. No matter what you say, no matter what we do, we are united. Young and proud, young and proud. Anywhere, any way you do it. Lucid Dwarf says, for 2.9k ARS. If Midas doesn't get a shiny card, she's gonna start yelling slurs. You've been warned. I don't slur! Okay, the slurs I use are the ones that I have legal ownership over. So is it a slur if it's my right to say it? Okay. Let's see. Meth wizard stuff does hit like a truck. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy. Your sister reminded me. Okay, we already said that one. Rum by Gary Coleman. Thank you for the 5R. Yes, I read that one earlier, I think. See if you can put the products from Epic Provisions on your throne. They have venison jerky. Venison jerky? Hold on. I'll put that on my throne later then. Any rares so far? Also, any syndicasts planned for the future? Hi. Okay, Nick, somebody. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rares, I guess. So how rare can they be? We've been trying to put together a syndicast. I cannot, with full confidence, say when it's going to be. We wanted to play a group game, and as well I wanted to play, me and LMG were going to try and host a month of Halo, because I have the whole Halo collection now, but I have to figure out the logistics of that because it conflicts timing wise with my job. The shipping on that Kirkland jerky was 12 USD. And you know what? I'm going to enjoy every goddamn second of that Kirkland jerky. I'm telling you what. Do you know how excited I was when I got the notification that somebody bought me $100 worth of beef jerky earlier? I was over the fucking moon. I think I made the mistake of getting vaccinated. I made the mistake of getting vaccinated. I think it kicked my balding gene into action. My friend has major heart problems, unsure if related, but Des, I'm no scientist. I ain't got the answers. Shave your head. Shave your head, shine it up. You're going to be the most beautiful, scary bouncer at the ball, okay? That is now your destiny. And besides, if you shave it and you, maintain it, you can also put a wig on it. All right? It's about accepting what's coming and making it nice. Shave your head, bald is beautiful. Bald is beautiful. Yeah. I got 3 doses, didn't get the 4th, got into an argument with my mom over it. Also, everyone in the family got COVID except me. Again, everything is super anecdotal. What is the truth at this point? It could be some vaccines were safe and some weren't, you know? Ola, yeah. Another recognition because a red supa is always insane to me, but blah, 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 she yaps. What? Well, I yap for you. We'll spread the good word of Midas the Spy. Hell yeah, Oswin. All right, and we are almost caught up. Toast says, for 5, what would you say the upsides and downsides of are of intentionally seeking to get canceled as a content creator? Upsides and downsides. Interesting. Well, downsides right away are very apparent. You're canceled. Your previous reputation cannot be restored in its original form. Kind of like how if you have a ceramic pot and you drop it on the floor and it shatters. Even if you glue all the pieces back together with gold, it will never be in its original state again. So if you really want the original state, you can't have it. That said, the content creators that have been able to maneuver around the damage they cause, again, they use gold instead of whatever other glue is around. They can make a pot that's better and more enticing for people. But it depends on the skill level of the person who wants to be canceled, how they get canceled, even if they have control over it intentionally, because sometimes people don't do it intentionally. Sometimes people are actually really fucking stupid, and they deserve the public lashing in the center of the square that they get, right? Upsides of, but if it's intentional, I mean, if you're smart about it, then it's your career boost, right? if you are intentionally trying to get canceled, I guess an upside is that you're infamous. You're infamous, and amongst other content creators, you're known as the person who survived, right? You're the person who got through it, and you've got stories that you can tell. There is, depending on what you were canceled for, like if you were canceled for like molesting children, then you'll never get respect back in the community, right? But if you get canceled for like, let's say, financial fraud, and then you bounce back and you've quote unquote made amends with the community, other content creators typically try to get into your good graces as fast as possible, from what I see. I've never experienced it personally myself, but I've been around people that have tried to cozy up to people who have been canceled, right? I've been around people who constantly, like, it's a fascinating industry, I will say. It's always the stuff you unintentionally get canceled for that ruins your career, keeps you up at night. Well, I'm sure Cinder didn't want to be canceled, but because of how she was canceled, genuinely, she did everything right. Even though, like, the 1,000-page Google docu was obtuse and obnoxious, it was so big that everybody kind of just gave up, right? And they moved on because they didn't want to deal with it. And some content creators made bank that month because they had content for days, right? Once everyone moved on, everybody didn't care, right? The only people who cared were her real fans, and her real fans didn't want her to leave. Some fans vanished. Some fans were like, I'm stomping my feet and I'm burning all my merchandise. But those people weren't the people that were going to stick around through thick and thin, right? And some of those people probably even came back after she exonerated herself and they felt stupid. Like, the only time a cancellation can actually remove you forever is if there's legal consequences and you're in jail, or you decide to let it ruin you forever and you don't come back. So, I don't know. Upsides and downsides. If this is the way you want to have your career go, then I guess anticipate that you will have that reputation and you have to make peace with it, right? I personally don't relish the idea of that ever happening to me because that seems like a lot of hassle. And while I'm a bit edgy, I typically don't behave in ways that would cause real issues, right? So any cancellation attempts that ever could happen will always be nothing burgers that will easily be moved on from. So, and my stupid fucking sister, on the other hand. I love my chud sister to bits. I love my stupid chud sister. She needs to... You know what? No, she doesn't need to do anything. She doesn't need to do anything. I won't support what she does, but I'm not stopping her from whatever it is she's doing. It's not up for you to decide. If somebody wants you canceled, they'll start a smear campaign. Oh, fuck. I know that one. Yeah, I know that old chestnut. The question, though, was about intentionally trying to get yourself canceled. It wasn't about other people's cancellations, you know? So I'm just, like, answering to the letter of the question. She needs to finish her schooling. Yeah. My priority is to make sure my sister finishes her schooling. Straight up. Finishes her schooling, is happy, healthy. If she says a gamer word here and there, I don't care. I honest to God don't care. People say so many worse things at family gatherings. I don't care. She needs to start fights with my enemies. Well, Koss, then tell her to. She streams every Saturday, kind of like how I'm gonna stream every Wednesday. At least that's what she told me. Yeah. Even if her VTubing pops off and she wants to drop, I'm not sure what you mean wants to drop. Like, drop what? Drop VTubing? It's not like she's saying the malicious... she's not saying them even consciously half the time. I'm gonna be so honest. Maliciously. You can tell when it's malicious, okay? Because there's something different going on. No, she just has her vernacular. Sisyphus in a COD lobby would be Kino. Actually, I don't know. How tall are you in scrambled eggs? What the fuck does that even mean? She'll build it to a peak, then deliberately drop some hard R's and dip. She's been dropping hard R's on Twitter every day. On every stream. Hard R. She's been dropping hard NR. Like, nah. She can't be canceled because she's come out the gate swinging. Like, there is no fear of God in her eyes. Here's the thing. She's not in it for a career. She's in it for... I'm just going to switch to chatting. She's not in it as a career, right? She's in it as a hobby. She's in it to meet people. Not like meet people, but like to say hi to chat, right? She's in it so that she can say her funny word, go hee hee hee, and then turn the computer off and then do her schoolwork. She's in it so that she has an excuse to play games. And she's in it because I went, hey, this is what I do for fun and it makes me really happy. And I think you would like it. Please try it. And then for months she went, no, that's fake and gay. That's stupid. I wouldn't beep 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 beep. And then I went, oh, but come on, you'll really like it. Not if I have to be a beep 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 anime girl. People are gonna think that I'm some sort of pedophile if I have like an anime girl icon. First of all, you're a cute young woman. Nobody's gonna consider that. But no, come on, just give it a shot. Anyway. I love my sister. I want to organize a collab or invite you to an event with you and your sister. How would you suggest someone approach you? An event with me? I have a business email. I don't know if it's still active, because I had to shut it down because of the guy who was, like, slitting his wrists and sending me the pictures. But I'll double check. But if you're just, if you're another content creator, you can send me DMs on Twitter, as, like, a jump-off point, and if I'm interested, then I will carry it on to Discord. My sister, she's never done this before, but, like, you could probably just send her a DM on Twitter. She'll laugh at you. Maybe say yes, I don't know. Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah, no, he was a very mentally disturbed individual, and I feel bad for him. But not bad enough that I indulge his bad habits. For Valentine's Day, he cut himself, bloodlet, and he, sent me an email with the pictures, and the picture, as well, also included a love letter that he had written in his own blood. And this guy also came to Offkai to try and give me a present, which was a thumb drive. He came to the Duder meet and greet, the offline person meet and greet. And this is exactly why I don't think I'm going to be hosting another official one, because of this particular instant. But he came up and I said, hey, and there was posted, rules for gifts and whatnot beforehand, hey, if it doesn't follow these specific criteria, I'm not going to accept it, because A, it can't go through airport security going to Canada, and B, it's dangerous, and I can't vet it, right? And he tried to give me a thumb drive. And I politely said, I'm sorry, this doesn't fit with the rules, I can't accept this. And later on, then the next part of the story... Then the next part of the story is that my strongest duder in the community, the one who helped me set up the important parts of the meet and greet, Vinyl, he saw the guy's thumb drive, and he took his cane, and he apparently, he recognized there was something wrong with the thumb drive. He asked to see it. His face changed. Then he took it and he yelled to the crowd, hey guys, you want to play baseball? And he started smashing the shit out of it. The cane had a silver knob, but it was so cool. I for one thought that he was just bullying a a parasocial person, and I almost felt bad for the guy until I saw on the community Discord that he was complaining that I was never going to see his femboy nudes that he carefully curated for me, and that he had been embarrassed in front of everyone and that I would never like him. So can we get a W vinyl in the chat? Thank you, my strongest community member. But yeah, this guy had been reported to security, and I want everyone who is in extreme levels of emotional irregularity and distress and mental illness to get better, but it is not my responsibility to fix them. And if they are living under the assumption that that is something I can provide for them, they are still sorely mistaken, because my prerogative is to fix myself right now. It's to be somebody worth being around. And it's unreasonable to think that your mental illness is something that a content creator can fix. W Vinyl, hell yeah, hipster. How do I join your community Discord? Noob YOLO. Hey, Safi! Hey, Noob YOLO. Jesus, I may be parasocial, but not to the point of delusion. Can't fix him, madam.
W Vinyl.
I don't want to fix him. Anyway, while I've been talking, I've been trying to arrange all of those top cards. The VCard top cards that came on top of every pack to see if I can make a full image. I think I might be able to get, like, most of the image. I'm trying. I think. If I can get the whole thing, I might tag GamerSups on Twitter and be like, haha, I collected the whole set. Somehow. Tee. Oh my god, wait, I think I might actually have the whole image multiple times over. I could laminate this and have this as a print on my wall. Wait, this is kinda cool. I like this. Maybe. I'm not sure. Do I like this? I don't know, GamerSups might not look kindly upon me trashing some of their bigger clientele half the stream. Lamau. Not clientele, they're the people they work with. No, okay, I didn't get the whole thing. Wait, what the fuck? Why is this... Oh, it's sideways. Okay. Is this two separate images? Oh, now I'm just confused. Oh, no, it's because it's vertical, not horizontal. Okay. Maybe I'm stupid. Find the community. I'm glad that you're finding the community police itself, W Vinyl. Yeah, I'm very fortunate that I have a community that's very... It's got a very strong identity. It knows itself and it knows how to keep itself clean. Most problems arise when you've got a community that can't regulate itself. Because when things get too big, you can't Janny everybody. It's not realistic. And you end up with people that are hurt and upset because they feel like they've been unfairly punished. When in reality, you're just trying to make things smooth and not have fires starting everywhere. Oh my god, wait, I got the whole thing working! Hold on. There we go, we got the whole image! I mean, we got the whole image like 6 times over, I think. But, like, look at that! Look at that! Guys, I've collected enough V-cards to have the whole print. Move this to the side a little bit. Yeah. Well, damn, I kind of want to open the second series now so that I can collect the next one. Of course, you're the ultimate V-card holder after all. One of these days, fuck you, Bozo, one of these days, I'm turning in my V-card. One of these days. One of these days! Alright, then you'll be sorry. I don't know. I think if I ever told you guys that I had sex, then you would make fun of me. I think you guys would call me a liar. So I don't even know if it matters. Lyros is gatekeeping the whole community. We love him. Hell yeah, we love Lyros here. Lyros is awesome. Wait, why is my model gone? Oh, whatever. Fake cell. One day! One day! Nah, man. Day I have sex. I am never gonna shut up. Y'all are never gonna stop hearing it. I have joined the club of the whore. I have joined my club, the club of the whore. Only way you could prove it is by showing belly. I hate you. I hate you. Fuck you. You guys are so mean. Are you guys genuinely saying, if I said, hey guys, I paid a hooker to have sex with me, you wouldn't believe me unless I showed you a pregnant stomach? You wouldn't lose your virginity because you don't lose. That's crazy. Alright. Alright. Anyway. My final verdict on the Gamer Subs versus the Oshi Push cards. Gamer Subs has the better artwork. Oshi Push, at least compared to Series 1, better physical card. Better texture. Thicker. I feel like, as an actual card game player, it has better longevity. And also it had Pippa on it. None of the V cards had Pippa on it, so they lost a point there. I remember seeing Lyros for the first time and I assumed he was a Fed. It was kind of funny. Lyros is so funny. So, you know, there's a few community members that stand out. They've got strong personalities. They're almost more, like, more important to the community than I am at this point, especially during my hiatus. They really came out and stood out on their own. They've got strong personalities. Lyros is kind of the great filter. If you cannot survive Lyros, then you cannot survive being in my community. And you know what is awesome? He's great. And Vinyl is the most stylish duder. He's constantly posting selfies and flexing on everybody at all points in time. It's actually kind of intimidating. Oh. There's LMG, Syndicate member number 4. Very famous for posting and deleting things in the server over and over again. I think next time I see him posting NSFW adjacent stuff in the server, I'm going to kill him myself. Who is Lyros? If you're in the duder community long enough, join the community Discord, you will find out immediately. Stop eavesdropping on the mod convo, Midas. Yo, the mods are you guys on VC right now without... You guys are in VC without me right now? Hold on. Where's my earbuds? Mods. You're forcibly cameoing in the stream. Broadcast. I'm forcing you onto broadcast. If you don't want your voice to be heard, mute now. I'm jumping into VC. Alright, guys, what are you doing?
Nothing, boss. Definitely not that. Like, shut it.
I'm working out a deal to buy Greenland myself.
Well, I'm filling out my bingo card. Can you mention one more time about what this is? Is this a broadcast?
I already said that like 4 times.
Right, but we haven't listed 5 separate times. You know, repetition is key.
You know, I think my prerogative right now is to snip off every single one of your limbs and like play Lego with all of you. Everybody gets a different limb from someone else. It's like we're shuffling. You see. Let's see. I think Corm.
Oh, okay.
You and Safi can trade legs. LMG, you and Bob Jones can swap testicles. All right, we're out of VC. All right, Ozgan, thank you for the raid. All right, I think it's about time we wind down. Blood be damned, they're being reattached. Sleep well, Jeffrey Epstein. I'll pay for it. That's crazy work. Alright, stream settings, broadcast, customization, redirect. You're going step by step with me. Who's live? Nobody I care about. No, okay. Nope, nobody I care about. Fuck it. I'm sending you to the Alan Baker Lo-Fi Radio Beats to Jive to on YouTube. Because that's your life now. Goodbye, YouTube! You're my favorite! You've always been my favorite, by the way. Fuck them Twitchers. Fuck them.